We're going to get there.
All right.
Welcome back to the Comics Aficionados here on Thinking Critical YouTube. Your Saturday morning delight is back to talk about all things nerd and mostly comic books, but I'm sure we'll venture off into some films and other things. Just having a good time. Hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Now, Jeff, I did hear a brief explanation of what you were going to do to your turkey, and it had a creepy voice to it, and it didn't sound nice as you're in the middle of your French toast stick.
It wasn't what I was going to do with the turkey. It's what somebody else was going to do with the turkey that we were going to supply them. But you must have heard the podcast from Tuesday night where people summoned Buffalo Jeff. That's what you heard about. So,
Buffalo Jeff, is that like...
Oh, you've never heard of the legend of Buffalo Jeff. So what it is it's this voice that scares people that I'll do on the show because it makes them uncomfortable. And it makes my co-hosts uncomfortable. It made a lady named Mary Mayhem uncomfortable. The audience likes it. There's buttons. There's a t-shirt for Buffalo Jeff. It's just this aura that we've created over on WCBS.
And he was going to do something to a turkey?
I don't remember. Buffalo Jeff is a strange being. You've never actually seen him.
Right before we went off the air, I requested that Buffalo Jeff tell us how to properly prepare a turkey for the holidays, how to properly stuff a
That's
turkey.
what it was. Stir, whip, 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 stir. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I don't think I want to hear the voice, but definitely some good vibes and prayers out to AL. I guess she was in the emergency room last night. She's okay, but she was with a family member, and it looks like she was able to make it home and is in the chat. So send out some good vibes to her because we are in the holiday season. Some people are going through some stuff right now. So, Jeff, we are in the holiday season for Stealing Solo 2, The Power of the Farce.
Yes,
There's a Black Friday sale. Is that still going on? What's going on there, buddy?
So, yes, we have Back Friday on the channel, which is go to Stealing Solo on Kickstarter and back Stealing Solo 2. But, folks, we are a little more than halfway through the campaign. We keep moving up. We're at 130, I think 7% of the way there, which is great. But we have some other stuff that I want to bring to the table. So go over to Kickstarter and check out the Stealing Solo 2 campaign. And just in case you're curious, you can add Stealing Solo 1 as an add-on with part 2. So you can get the full story, or you can go to stealingsolo.com and read it right now. So there's a lot going on with Stealing Solo. And thanks.
Dude, so what level do you need to get before we get the 4 extra pages of Buffalo Jim interacting with Mark Hamill?
Buffalo Jeff.
Buffalo Jeff and Mark Hamill first meet up.
If this were to cross, we're going to put a stupidly high number. We'll put like 100,000 because if it does that, sure, I will put a whole Buffalo Jeff backup story in the comic. It'll be the creepiest, weirdest, most career-threatening thing you can imagine. It'll be a true Buffalo Jeff misadventure. So there you go, folks.
It puts the Jedi robes on the skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Yep.
Right, Precious. It will get the hose.
If Bueno Excelente said more than 2 things, I think it would be in the voice of Buffalo Jeff.
Bueno.
Bueno. I always imagined him as bueno.
His powers of perversion. I love Hitman. That's a great book.
So, Jeff, did you host a Thanksgiving? Did you go to another house? What happened for the big holiday?
We always have our tradition. We go to this place called Cooper Hawk's Winery because we have a big-ish family.
Frumpy Thanksgiving.
Believe
go
me,
to the winery with your pinky out? What Chardonnay goes with green bean casserole?
World class.
It was a Malbec. No, it's a place we go every year, and it was nice. It was just a couple of family members. We don't really have a big family Thanksgiving anymore. Really, we didn't have them for many years, but we have a big family. It's just too hard to get everybody together outside of Christmas. So that's what we did. And then I went Black Friday shopping and bought nothing.
Black Friday isn't what it used to be, dude.
This year especially, man, like it was even dead when I went out because my buddy's like, hey, I got to get a chair. So we went to a furniture outlet for a minute and there's just nothing. Nobody was out. We got into the restaurant easily. It's a dead year. It feels weird.
I literally did not leave my house yesterday. I didn't go anywhere.
No, I didn't either.
And so I did a turkey up. We invited a couple families over that were from the U.S. or they have U.S. family members, and we did our first turkey. It turned out beautifully. I cooked up an entire spread basically solo. Although Aaron, I did halfway through the gravy, I bitched out and I was like, this isn't going to work, and we just went back to the packaged stuff.
What?
That's the only thing that wasn't done.
What happened with the gravy? Was the roux the wrong consistency?
I didn't do a roux. I was going Gordon Ramsay style, where you take all the leftovers and the stuff that you put into the.
Sometimes you just got to Julia Child it instead of Gordon Ramsay. I know.
I wanted to go like super flavorful, so I had all the stuff that I'd stuffed it with, like the apple and the lemon and the onion, and I was going to put it all into this pan sauce type thing and then reduce it. But I had another 20 minutes to go, and people had already showed up. I was like, just go to the packaged stuff. I need to take a shower. This isn't going to work anyway. And Johnny J. Boogie's right. I needed to finish it with butter. I'm embarrassed.
Butter is always the cure-all for cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, why am I telling Sully this? He knows what's up.
Oh yeah.
When my mom was teaching me how to cook, she's like, you think you've got enough butter in there? I was like, yeah. And she goes, okay, double it at least.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Butter makes everything better.
Yes. Whenever you go out to eat somewhere and you're like, I made this last week. This is so much better than what I made. It's because they like tripled the butter.
Probably threw a bunch of extra salt in there too.
Yes. A lot of extra salt, a lot of extra butter. And if it's sweet, a lot of extra sugar.
Heavy cream. Like I'm making mashed potatoes and just like, heavy cream, a big spoon of sour cream.
Yeah.
Butter, like really good butter too. I get that Kerrygold Irish butter. I pay extra for it, but it's amazing. It really is.
I got
anything else.
I always just buy the kind that they stole from the Indian.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
We
don't really have sour cream here, so I have to use cheese, but you still get that funky flavor to it.
it's weird to think there's no sour cream where you live.
I could make it from scratch, but I think it's just like milk and lemon or something, right?
Yeah.
Basically. But yeah, there's no sour cream here. It was also very difficult to get a turkey. Like we had to have it delivered like in a case full of ice because they don't sell turkeys here either.
Like that episode of MASH where they get ribs.
No, it was like that. It was like that episode of WKRP. Les Nessman delivered it from a helicopter.
Oh,
my city.
Yes, God is my witness. Exactly. I thought turkeys could fly.
I saw one flew in my backyard one time. I mean, it's not really flying. They just kind of like jump and flap.
It's like being on the moon. You're like just bouncing.
Yeah, like they just managed to extend their bounce by flapping.
I got chased by some up at my dad's.
Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Maybe Golden Age Superman had turkey powers.
That's exactly
it. He had to flap his arms. You just couldn't tell because it was just static comic panels, but he was flapping his arms.
He was grabbing his cape and flapping that.
So you reminded me of a story, Sully. When I was in Afghanistan, we had been there for, I guess, like 11 months. And we were getting down to like the end of it, and we were very tired of eating like the defact weird food that was cooked in Germany and then shipped to us frozen, and they just like put it in a water thing to heat it up, and that's what we ate for like a year straight. So we had some interpreter guys that worked with us, and we were like, we want you to go off the base since you can and buy us a goat, and then we want you to butcher it and cook up a bunch of rice and all this stuff, and we'll pay you for it. And we're like, we're only doing it for our little group here that works at night. And then after like 2 days, I was like, guys, this isn't being very like friendly. We should offer it to the guys that work during the day too, even though we don't really work with them. We don't get along. They're like, fine, we'll do the adult thing. We let them come in on it. And when it finally happened and we had this meal come up and they woke us up out of our tent, it was time to go in for work. Those fuckers had eaten everything. There was no food left. I was it's one of the angriest I've ever been in my life. It wasn't even their idea. They didn't come up with any of it. They just went and ate all of our food. So we had to eat more chow halt enchiladas. Ugh. It was so bad. I'm thankful that didn't happen to me twice.
Did you just eat first shift the next time? Just ate
What do
them.
you mean?
Yeah, you just eat the guys that are on the first shift.
Yeah,
after
we
you.
should have. We should have. Somebody should have got pistol whipped, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
go to prison. Yeah, one of them wasn't major, and that would have been pretty bad. Next thing you know, I'm in
It's
Leavenworth.
only
or
a
something.
crime if he get caught.
It's true.
Yeah, maybe. So, Dylan, how was your Thanksgiving? How is the Gen Z Thanksgiving? What are you guys doing that's different than the classic?
I'm the only Gen Z person there, but
Wow.
yeah, but yeah, it's a good time. It's fun. Just just got good food, got some watching football, got board games. Classic, good time. Nothing out of the ordinary.
So you played an Alien board game?
Yes, played like it's a ripoff, so it doesn't say alien, but it's got like a not xenomorph on the cover, and then you're in a totally different ship, and yeah, you're trying to survive an alien. We played that. That was fun. It's a good
Did
time.
you kill the alien?
I did. Yeah, there's one where everyone died but me, and then I took an escape pod out of there, so that was nice. But that one's quick rounds. We played that because on 4th of July we played the official Alien RPG game, which is like D&D, and that was 6 hours. and that was like the quick version. So we could get like one game, like one and done one game instead of normally you're supposed to, play it throughout like the week or something.
Sounds like Axis and Allies. That game can take like a whole week to play. Would have taken over the world.
It was fun. And then that one I died defending so my friends could get in the ship. I
So
took
they
out
could
some
escape.
Xenos with me though. Yeah.
Very
You
nice.
best guessed it. You had the grenade, and you were like,
Hicks, are you an RPG guy?
I'm open-minded. I've tried to get into more stuff because for the longest time I was more like, if it was a turn-based game, like video game-wise, I was, against it. But gaming's cool. I like it. I'm willing to try anything.
We're thinking about getting like an online Dungeons and Dragons thing together where we play like one day a week or something, and your name came up. You're in consideration. Should we keep your name in there?
Yeah, let me know. I'd like to learn more. I've only been on part of one campaign, and then my friend and his wife gave up about 2 hours in, so that's about as much as I've played.
Was it your friend or his wife?
Okay, it was my friend, and his wife was really into it. She was like, "We're going on our first campaign," and she was so excited. And it's the guy Dion on my podcast, so if you listen to the show, you know what he's like. He's just like, "I don't want to do this."
Did she bring snacks for the whole party and everything?
Yeah, because they live in Michigan, and I made a special trip up. Well, I go up every year for New Year's, and it was during that. She was so excited. We had all this post-Christmas food. It was like a whole spread, and I think we even ordered Jimmy John's on top of that. So, yeah, it was. I liked it. I'm not saying we ordered Jimmy John's for our online one, but yeah, keep me in consideration.
I mean, I'll pick up a Jimmy John's sandwich, and I can't bring some for everybody because it's not going to work. But
$15 to save me, dude.
We'll have the Jimmy John's just airdrop to Wes.
Yeah, or Jersey Mike's, your choice. I'm a Jersey Mike's.
oh,
fan,
yeah, I'm a
so-
Jersey Mike's
Yeah,
guy.
Jersey Mike's the best.
All right, so yeah, we're no more Jimmy John's on this show. Got it.
I'm actually a
That's-
Firehouse Subs guy, but Jimmy John's is my backup.
So if we do like RPG, are we just going to do Dungeons and Dragons, or should we think of something more superhero related? Should we
Like the
just go
Mar-
old school?
Like the old Marvel superheroes TSR game. I bet there's like a scan of that somewhere on the internet that we can rip off.
Try Internet
Yeah.
Archives.
You know?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And then you just play with action figures instead of figures.
I'm cool with that. So if you have the figure in your collection, you get to use them in your game. Aaron, I
Yes.
think we have an
Oh,
advantage
man.
over
We have a distinct advantage.
Yeah.
Even if
Oh
we
yeah,
play
always got to
D&D
get
and-
Captain America.
Aaron rolls in with fucking Galactus. Just
I do
I got
have the
Galactus
Hasbro
back there
Galactus.
too.
So take that, Lone Star. Oh, Princess Vespa. Oh,
If you have the Stan Lee action figure, you automatically win since he's the co-creator of that.
oh man.
do have
Yeah.
that. No, I would just roll in with. I'd just be like Doom. Let's
How
go.
about it?
fucking nerds.
How about I want a Jack Kirby plushie to trump everything here, yo.
Hey, I'll buy a Jack Kirby plushie
That would be cool. It has to have a cigar.
and the big eyebrows.
So what are you thinking, Sparrow? Are you going to be our dungeon master or hero master? What do they call it? For,
No, I want to play.
you were a writer. You would spin the best tales.
I've never dungeon mastered before. I've only ever played. And
There's
I
got to
haven't
be a
played since I was
YouTube
in, like,
video
grade school.
explaining it, dude.
No, there's all kinds of them, and sometimes I watch them just because there's a couple of guys. There's like a guy, Lunch Break Heroes. He does a lot of stuff, and sometimes I watch him just because I'm like, he's got good tips on storytelling, just in general.
Sounds
But,
like you're primed.
No, I don't want to be. You don't want your fates in my hands.
That's fair and true.
Well, we're gonna have to find a dungeon master, but I feel like this has a lot of potential. I would love to play.
Yeah, I'd be like return to my childhood. I'm into it.
All right, Doc. So, what did you do for Thanksgiving? You do anything fun, dude?
I mean, we went over to my folks' house, had turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and cranberry sauce, and we did candied corn this time, or not candied carrots instead of green beans. I don't know why.
Those are two different things, man.
Yeah,
I don't.
When he said candied corn, I was like, I'm just
Wait,
picturing
I'm like, no, that's
casserole
wrong.
of candy corn.
I'm
I'm sitting here going like, wait, no, that's wrong. What
We
is
had
that
candy.
orange?
I
mean,
candy corn casserole, and now we all have diabetes.
I've been a
What the hell is that orange stuff that we ate? Like, I'm sitting here, I don't fucking eat carrots. So
Yeah, the circus peanut
candied yam.
casserole.
yeah, candied carrots. I don't understand that one. My
You
mother
can-
was like, "Here, we're gonna do this instead." I'm like, "Oh, fuck it, whatever." and then they weren't cooked long enough, so they were still like half hard.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Oh.
not good on a carrot. It's like a
Um,
hard potato.
Yeah, and
fly.
but no, it wasn't bad. And since none of us are pie people, we had brownies as our dessert instead of pumpkin
Special
pie.
brownies?
No, just regular
Oh.
brownies. I mean, they were
I
delicious.
guess your old lady didn't cook them then, dude.
No, my old lady did not make the brownies this time.
Scoop of golden vanilla ice cream with that, or just straight brownies?
It was brownies with ice cream, or there was
A la
ice
mode.
cream, and but they were frosted brownies, so
Oh,
you couldn't really do the a la mode on it. Otherwise, it
Mm.
would have it just didn't work with like the frosting on it. So no, it was good though.
When I lived in the U.S., we had a family tradition of always going to a movie like on
That was-
Thanksgiving when everyone was with us.
That was when I was young, because I kind of started that with my friends back at, like you're like 16. You don't, none of your family is big family where you're, where there's 30 people in your fucking house. It's always like 6 or 8.
Yeah,
And
we're talking 15, 16 people going to the movies.
and then that was it. It was like 15 or 16 of my friends. We'd all go to the movies because none of our families were big. We did that for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter.
Very nice. Dylan, did you go to a movie for Thanksgiving? Did you go see Zootopia 2?
No, went and saw the new Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man. It was.
You should have went and seen Zootopia
There's
2.
another one.
Yeah, there's another one. It's very okay. It's better than the second one, which sucked. Not
It did.
what was it? Glass Onion was
Onion.
terrible, but it's not as good as the first one. This one's it's still very clear that Ryan Johnson has not recovered since 2016. It mentally changed him. He has been altered, and he can't get out of that.
He deserves it.
Yeah,
I'm
he's just-
surprised that you're willing to forgive him after what he did in The Last Jedi.
Plenty of people make terrible movies. I don't care.
Yeah, but not everybody destroys like your favorite franchise.
I mean, I hated that, but with the Force Awakens, I hated everything that was going on. So that just continued it. I don't really. He just used the sword that J.J. Abrams forged. I don't care. It was awful.
And then he threw it over his shoulder and it's crapped all over everything. And set it
I
on
feel so
fire.
bad because I got in an enormous argument with 3 guys at work defending The Force Awakens.
I got in an
And-
argument with everyone.
And then
that movie
I
came out.
afterwards, after watching The Last Jedi, I was like, oh, they were right. That was
No,
bullshit.
I had a similar, like, I didn't defend the decisions made, like I didn't defend what was actually on the screen, but I just defended kind of like the decisions, because I was like, okay, I get it. It's not what I would have liked, it's not what I would have done, but you just spent $4 billion on this property. You're trying to reestablish it in the minds of the people. You're not going to take any risks. I was like, I don't like it, but I get it. And then I was like, in the second one, that's when Ray will have to, it's like I was even like defending Ray, because I was like, yeah, okay, so she seems overpowered, but we don't know what the the reasons for it are. And when you get to the second one, that's when her overconfidence will lead to a mistake. That's the downturn. She'll lose a limb, or she'll lose somebody that she loves because of a decision that she makes. Nope, nope, none of that happened.
I never defended Ray, because I was like, it is strange that as soon as she touched a lightsaber, she destroyed a Sith apprentice immediately. And she was
training his whole life.
Blink and you miss it. Like if you read the novelizations, like I did, oh gosh, those can't get those minutes back. Because I wanted greater understanding. I wanted to like us all. I think we wanted to like it, but it just wasn't well designed. Apparently, when Kylo Ren tries to enter Rey's mind, she kind of Xeroxed his skill set.
Yeah,
she was powerful with the Force, thus creating the dyad.
That's so stupid.
But it's like that's how she can literally in the Rise of Skywalker duel on the water planet.
If that really happened, considering he's stronger than her, they should have been at a stalemate, and then his power would have just done her in.
Well, he was also sort of bleeding to death, so I was like, okay, like they gave him the ass beating beforehand.
I had this whole theory about Chewie's bowcaster. And how Kylo Ren's gonna lose bits of his humanity to be close
Rey
to his,
was also concussed and should be on the verge of maybe dying. She got flung 20 feet in the air as hard as he could against a tree and then fell down.
It's just a flesh wound.
That's why I never got the Kylo's injured argument. It's like Rey's incredibly injured too.
Can I tell you what I honestly thought was going to happen, and what I was hoping for, because Han Solo had been killed by Kylo Ren, because I was waiting for Rey to lose and her to be pinned against a tree, and Kylo to be doing that thing where he's pushing the lightsaber towards her, and then you just you pan up over him, and Chewbacca's standing behind him and just grabs him by both arms and picks him up and rips his arms off.
Yeah.
And so then the next movie he has mechanical arms.
Yes.
Because he has to become more like Vader. I thought that's what they were going to do, and it's like, because they completely just walk away from the years that Chewbacca has spent with. They don't give a shit or a thought to any of the years that Chewbacca has spent with Han Solo. When Rey gets off the goddamn ship, Leia goes and hugs her. It's like, you've known her for 2 minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The whole getting thrown into a tree thing, they're just using Fast and Furious logic, where you could break your fall with a windshield.
Yeah. So we did get a comment I want to speak to. General Balsack said we had a chili Thanksgiving, or a chill Thanksgiving. My mom usually would make a big spread, but she's going through cancer treatment, so we opted for sides and turkey sandwiches and copious amounts of beer. Sounds like you had a wonderful time, and definitely praying for your mother as she's going through her treatment. And hopefully it all turns out well, brother.
God bless you, man, and all of your family. Seriously, and happy holidays.
Yep.
Thank you, General.
And hope for a swift,
recovery
treatment for your mother.
Look into the ivermectin and there's definitely some studies out there and some things that are going on that suggest that can help.
Yep. So I'm glad you guys had a good Thanksgiving. You got to spend it with her. And turkey sandwiches fucking rock. So it's not you got it all that bad. Turkey sandwiches and mashed potatoes and gravy.
Do like an open-faced turkey sandwich with
that's what I had for dinner tonight. My wife had never had one in her life.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, do you keep your cranberry sauce in the shape of a can like
yes.
you do?
Of course. I gotta have the ripples.
That is the only acceptable version of. If it is not still can-shaped with just slices in it, I don't know what it is, but it's not cranberry sauce.
Yeah, it's got to have the ridges.
That's where you cut it.
It's not authentic. Yeah.
Yep. I made the Thanksgiving sandwich last night for dinner.
Oh man.
My wife had never had an open-faced or hot turkey sandwich, so that's what I did. I made some more mashed potatoes and gravy. We had that, and their minds were blown. And I think I'm gonna have to cook a turkey again next Thanksgiving.
You're gonna have to kirk a turkey.
Turkey.
And by, the,
Turkey.
and by the way, too, in Force Awakens, Kylo Ren literally severs Finn's spine with that, with that cutting move. And you saw Finn on the ground.
Butterflies him.
He fillets him open, and that's like the big thing, the disconnect. Last Jedi starts minutes after the credits of Force Awakens, and so
then Finn's doing slapstick,
Yeah.
being a retard. Yeah.
Finn and Kylo Ren magically healed from his bowcaster shot to his abdomen, and he's barely got the scar that like Rey like rips him open from chest to face, but yeah, Finn was supposed to have been effed up because
I like that Kylo's scar moved. He was able to shift, through the power of like forced plastic surgery. He was able to pull his skin.
You didn't read the novelization that explained that.
I found it when I was pushed into this locker by a big bully, and there all three of them were there for my reading convenience. But
so terrible.
Oh gosh,
God-awful.
it didn't like add to any of it. Like, it just made it a little bit more confusing. This was my big theory, that Rey was a clone of Shmi Skywalker. Therefore, because you wouldn't imagine how much blood and plasma Lord Vader needs to survive in that cybernetic body. So like Palpatine had scores of Shmi clones for organ harvesting and blood, and that's why like
it's already better.
It's already better. I know.
That is.
Yeah, Palpatine had an observatory on Jakku. That's where Luke goes in Battlefront 2 to find the stupid friggin' compass.
Yeah, but
Who's
like
the girl.
Why, when you're making this movie, like, why did we have to have another desert planet?
Because they had it in A New Hope.
That's right. Speaking of photocopying powers, that's just what JJ did. He just photocopied the New Hope script and then just wrote in some new names. I just love that he went to Lawrence Kasdan. And Lawrence Kasdan's like, "You just want me to write the same movie again? Okay, I'm getting paid for this. All right, I'll just do a find and replace, and we're off to the races."
Another Death Star? What?
Control F. What?
Control.
I just love how Harrison Ford or Han Solo is like, yeah, another Death Star. I couldn't be bothered to take that movie seriously.
Hey George, can I get killed this time? It's Kathy.
Or that
Kathy, can I get killed this time?
15 minutes after the Empire's defeated, the New Order comes up and it's like, dang, that piece didn't last for too long.
Fucking whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
And going back to my legendary misogyny, it's all Mon Mothma's fault for disbanding the Republic Navy, for demilitarizing. And that's what caused the rise of the First Order. Dropping a mic.
It's so
Yeah,
So they made a video about you on Perch in your misogyny?
No. Perch just mentioned me. No, so Perch was reading a letter, and the guy in the letter mentioned me, and it was nice to get a shout out obliquely on Perch's channel. He's a nice guy.
Wait, how do you get the misogyny and I don't?
Because I made a statement. I had an opinion about a funny book.
I don't even consider female writers having unique names. They're just all named Stephanie.
Doc, you gotta turn your camera on, start pantomiming if you want to.
That's right.
You gotta act like you're in a box.
Yeah,
look at me, I'm funny.
like women in comics aren't even people. They're just things named Stephanie.
Now you're trying to get a letter to Perch.
No, but it was
I mean, Doc has said that all along. I mean, he's not breaking new ground here. This is well-tread territory.
Oh man!
So there was some good news this week on the Thanksgiving front, Dylan, because not only DC but Marvel delivered good books too. It was like a really good comic book week, dude.
This was a fantastic comic book week. Yeah, we got good DC books, good Marvel books, good indie books. This was packed. It was great.
What did you think was book of the week? Because we had DCKO, we had Infernal Hulk, we had Absolute Batman, we had Skinbreaker.
It's either DCKO or Infernal Hulk. Both those were incredible. I enjoyed both those. Infernal Hulk was insane. Yeah, it'd be one of those two, I'd say.
Which one do you put over the top, though?
Oh man,
I think that Infernal Hulk undoubtedly has the better art.
yes, definitely. because you have Nick
But
Klein. just in his
DCKO
bag.
has the bigger stuff. There's lots of fights. There's Superman versus Lex Luthor.
Yes, and it nailed the Superman Lex stuff. So I would probably personally prefer the DCKO stuff because I'm more of a Superman guy. But they're neck and neck. They were great.
Sully, you enjoyed the new week, right?
I did. I got a couple of books this week, and my favorite was Infernal Hulk because the art just elevates everything that's going on in the story. It's kind of a hot mess, but it's supposed to be. It's just the inciting incident of this Act 1 showing the new status quo, showing off this new Hulk, what they could be capable of, and a kind of like expanded power set, like with that ending, what he's able to do when sitting on the throne. And it's creepy, it's grotesque, it's horror, and it's very loud. And this is for a comic book, it's all about the sound effects, and Nick Klein draws amazing hand-drawn sound effects, and it is such a loud, visceral comic book. Seriously, everything's boom, roar, like there's like the blood, there's some gory blood stuff that's written in the blood as the sound effect, and that's comic book art. I love that kind of stuff. So, hats off to Nick Klein.
You want to hear something nuts?
Yeah.
Doc and I reviewed Infernal Hulk #1 for Worst Week. Not because it's bad, but because we do a big review. And Doc said this, Dylan. He said he wouldn't want Nick Klein to illustrate a Wolverine book. He's wrong.
What?
No, I don't.
I couldn't believe it, dude. It was one of the most insane takes I've ever heard from Doc. I
And
think he was trying to make.
I don't want a horror artist on, and he's
Doesn't
much.
do just horror.
No, I understand that, but he has
Thor.
a very, very, very horror and mythology-esque style. It is not fit for Wolverine. Sorry.
I don't think that's how that works.
You
I
should
think
want
he could-
Kubert on Wolverine.
No, that's very, very different. He's much more of a superhero. But I also don't want Joshua Cassera, who's much more of a horror style artist. I don't like Joshua.
Nick Klein's jockstrap,
They're very, very similar in style.
but execution is what I'm talking about.
Their execution's not that much different either.
Oh no, Nick Klein's orders of
Yeah, Nick
magnitude
Klein's
better.
much better, yeah.
Yeah, but they're still you're executing the same thing. You're just doing it better.
What if Doc, the Wolverine story, involves Nashtir, Sim, and Limbo?
That might actually work. I could see that working. Honestly,
I think Nick Klein could make Wolverine work in a diner having a conversation with fucking
one of the if I go back to like a very classic or just old Wolverine story, the one that I could see him like, I'm thinking about like a lot of the Larry Hama era Wolverine stories. There's only like one issue there that I think he would have done well on, and it was the one with the psycho zookeeper that was torturing animals. That's the only one that I think Nick Klein's art would have worked well on.
I think he's just being a contrarian.
No, I mean, like I'm thinking about like all the stuff with like the Shiva story, the Lady Deathstrike stuff, and Puck, and all that. Hell, Albert and LCD, all that stuff. No, I don't think Nick Klein would be good on that. Sorry.
Some weird stuff. Somebody just said Temple of Doom is the best Indiana Jones movie.
Somebody's wrong.
It's a good one though.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fine, but it
really
doesn't
good.
hold a candle to Raiders of the Lost Ark or The Last Crusade.
It's
It's
not
the
as good as those
inferior one
two.
of the trilogy.
I agree. It's not as good as those two, but I really like Temple of Doom. I think
I really do
Temple of Doom
too.
is
I
great.
think Temple of Doom, is probably closer to the old serials that Indiana Jones is based on
Yeah.
than Raiders or Last Crusade. Although those are better movies.
Yeah,
And that moment when he punches the big slaver that's been beating the children, that's such a great heroic moment. Oh,
and
man.
Short Round's up on the thing, punching him at the same time, and the music. Yeah, I like that one the best.
Beating the crap out of the Maharaja. Yeah, there's some great stuff in Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is the one where it's like where it gets weird because like the old serials where it's like you go to the there's this cult and what are they doing?
Hey,
the subtext. It's like the guy that gets his beating heart ripped out. That's George Lucas. Is Marsha, his wife, just left
Used
him
to remove
for the
hearts.
carpenter.
Him and Spielberg were both going through that at that time.
Divorces.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, look, I'm
not
sorry,
laughing at
Jeff.
their pain, but
I would say the relationship between Indy and Short Round is second only to the relationship of Indy and Henry Jones in Last Crusade. That moment where he's like, "Indy, I love you," and then he burns him and brings him out of the thing. That gets me every time. I don't know why.
Same. Yeah.
I just love the fact that, I think it's very, very much more appropriate that Indy ends up running around with some dumb slut in Temple of Doom rather than, competent women. That seems much more Indy's Indy's style.
Well, it was wasn't it kind of the it's like Spielberg really wanted to do a James Bond movie, but they wouldn't let him, and then Spielberg was like, I got something for you. That's kind of
opening.
So Indy would have had a different love interest every movie, just like James Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond was supposed to have the same love interest in the beginning, right?
Moneypenny.
No. There's a lady in Dr. No and From Russia with Love. She was meant to be in every one. Like, that was going to be his British squeeze, and then he was going to go off on the adventure and get somebody else and always come back to her, but they wrote her out in Goldfinger, so.
That would make him a bad human being.
Yeah.
He was
He
a
should have
bad
foibles,
human being,
but-
though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
James Bond is a terrible human being. That's
he's supposed to be like you read the novels, and Ian Fleming writes him as cold and as a psychopath.
Yeah,
that's kind of how he's written.
He's a weapon that is just directed for the national interest.
We've got
James
a couple
Bond
people
is
saying
not a good person.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls movie. I don't get it.
That movie doesn't exist.
Yep.
I just remember 20 minutes in, and I was like, "What is this? This isn't an Indiana Jones. This is weird."
No. It was AI slop. Don't worry about it.
That's where you need
it doesn't exist. Neither does that one about a
dial,
a time
Dial
dial thing. That's more AI slop.
Forget
that.
The nuclear bomb with the fridge,
Oh.
and then it's the commies. I was like, "What is this?" He's supposed to be fighting Nazis.
Yeah, that's why I like Temple of Doom so much, though, because Raiders and Last Crusade are great, 10 out of 10 movies, but once they get to the desert scenes, they're very similar. It's like Temple of Doom is nothing like that. But when you get to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it's trying to just rip off Raiders and Last Crusade, but they're like, well, we're stuck in the 50s, so we just pick another, global threat. There's an Indiana Jones formula that they just try to rip off, and it makes.
They should have just sent them to Cambodia with the fucking pyramids they have and shit like that.
The worst part is in that movie
Isn't that
you keep having Indy describe these things when Mac and I were doing, I'm like that's way more interesting than what we're watching. Did we see a movie about that? All the adventures you're talking about are better than the one I'm watching.
The fifth one should have just been an all CGI movie of him de-aged, and that it's better than what we got with him crying at the
Or
end.
just animated.
You know what?
Yeah, just animate it. Spielberg made 1010. That was great.
In the chat, there's a very prescient comment. There are only 4 indie movies: Raiders, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and Fate of Atlantis.
I consider The Mummy an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
And The Mummy.
And Mummy Returns.
That one too. Not the third one though. That one was bad.
Well, that one's no longer canon because they're going back in there. They're going back to the well. So.
Oh, good.
If they could do that for The Mummy, why can't we do that for Star Wars and just mind wipe the
Disney will never admit that they made a mistake.
Right. They spent way too much money on that, and they took way too much pride.
It's because they spent so much money that they should admit that all of this is, we're wiping the slate clean.
Mm-hmm.
Because they spent so much money and they still have not. There's a lot of analysis that's they haven't really made that money back. With all the interest and everything that you have to pay. When you do that kind of deal and all we find out what these movies cost. What they actually cost them and how much they spent on them, and the return is not that great. It's okay, I'm sure they've done well with merch, but even merch is in the toilet now.
Oh yeah, Jeff can tell you that. I love Jeff's videos. Hey, and look, it's the 10th anniversary of Ray being a peg warmer. I love. I love
I've
your
never seen
content,
stuff.
dude.
I've never seen stuff sit around like this ever in my lifetime.
The only thing that's close are the Marvel Legends Eternals toys or the
Uh-huh.
Black Panther.
Yeah, or Shang-Chi. You can still buy Shang-Chi all you want.
Oh boy.
We don't
All
have
right,
any of
fellas.
the Shang-Chi
Hey, the
Legends
lack of
figures, but
the
the
lack
ones
of
where
Asian representation is appalling,
Is it
according to
appalling?
Simu Liu, except for at Ollie's, where you could just find all of the Simu Liu representation you could ask
And
for.
Wenwu too.
Nap.
Yeah, because it's just the one where he's just holding the bow and it just like swings his arm back and forth. That's the only Shang-Chi toys that they have.
You know what sold better than Shang-Chi were the Aquafina figures.
Ugh.
Like,
Oh yeah, Marvel's Katie.
yeah, that thing actually sold compared to the hero. So yay.
So we
People
did
were
have some
customizing.
new Patreon backers and channel membership backers. We do need to give them some shout outs and some thank yous. First up, we've got Abdul Rahman, the hero known as Poet Prime, and he is the protector of the city of Dunes. We've also got Destro47. Welcome to the family. Goes by the name of Warforge and protects the city called Hammerfall. We've also got Kalichi Oki, aka Retrograde himself, protector of the Retroverse. We've got Aaron Sparrow, Blockbuster Supreme, the defender of Hollywood. Then we've got Ruben X, aka Star L, protector of Astralis. We've got Kyle Jenkins, the Golden Capybara himself, protector of Rio Dorado. XR Kuhn, aka Forsaken, protector of Graven Hollow, and Carlitos Figueroa, moving from Patreon over to channel memberships. Fuego Force himself, protector of Blazeburg, and finally JT 2023, Swan Strike, the protector of Perth. So thank you very much. Hope you all are enjoying the exclusive videos and podcasts. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon or channel memberships, there are links in the video description. You get an awesome superhero name like Blockbuster Supreme, and you get a city to protect. What do you think, Aaron? Are you Blockbuster Supreme material?
I mean, I'm not the defender of Hollywood. I can tell you that much.
You are, Aaron. You're Hollywood Aaron.
I wouldn't defend Hollywood. I would let Hollywood.
You live in
burn.
Hollywood. What are you talking about?
I don't live in Hollywood.
You're more Hollywood than Hogan, dude.
You're
Sweet
the
brother.
defender of Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, those people are gonna attack you, Aaron. Don't do it.
I'm the defender of Hollywood and Vine from Glow.
There you go. All right. Good reference.
And we got
I
some
never got a
super
final
chats. Callum Lyle. No offense, but who cares what Tim Seeley of all people says? I got blocked by Data Warren Johnson asking him to keep his murder fantasies to himself.
I don't think
Well,
it's
Tim
as much.
Seeley really didn't say anything. He just wrote a comic book, and then
Right.
they just started like wishing death upon him. It was pretty
Right.
strange.
Mhm.
But this was the audience that they asked for, Aaron. They said,
Yeah,
"These are
no,
the
it
people that
absolutely
we
is.
wanted."
Like when you spend all your time courting a bunch of mentally ill weirdos who don't buy your book and who demand representation, and then therefore see every character as them. This character is me. Anything that's done to that character is now a personal attack on them, so they feel justified in wishing for your death and calling for your death and sending you death threats. And it's ridiculous. It's like you can. Look, we take the piss out of all kinds of writers here, and we don't like the things they did with characters, and we think that they made wrong decisions. We don't call for their deaths. We don't wish ill upon them. It's just we wish that they weren't writing the book, or we say, I'm not going to read anything from that guy anymore, and you move on. But there's this weird disconnect, and it's like, it's like part of the shipping and part of these things where people now feel that they can like demand these things. You as a customer can make your voice heard, but you have no ownership over Magik. I hate to tell all you people that are out there screaming about this. You have no ownership over her. She's owned by Marvel. They gave her to Tim Seeley. Tim Seeley wrote a story. You didn't like it. Move on.
It's about an alternate future. This is not going to happen to Ilyana Rasputin. This is not, this is just an alternate future where bad things happened to a lot of our cast of characters X years later.
Well, they don't know that, Sully, because they don't read the comic books. They just see her in Marvel Rivals. They like the character art of her. Then they write fanfics that they can masturbate to. And then when something bad happens to her in a comic and they just see a picture of it online, they freak out and they become a mob. It's ridiculous.
Go ahead.
When you have crazy people, and I'm not even going to start calling them mentally ill, they're actually just crazy people. That use comics and their self-identification with comic characters as like some weird twisted form of therapy, which is what they're doing. They get to live out the fantasy world the character does, because they otherwise have a just really pathetic existence. And now, as Aaron said, when you do something too bad to those characters, they feel like you've personally assaulted them, because you are now writing fanfic of them being injured. They don't like that. They're perfectly fine with having fanfic of themselves beating and whatever everyone else, but that's the thing. They make it themselves. It's almost like that weird Toys R Us or that Lego play study again, where how boys and girls associate with toys, and women project themselves onto the toy, men pretend that they are the toy, and they're projecting their own craziness onto Magik because Magik's fucking crazy. And so now they are in their weird crazy people head, they are one and the same. So it is a personal affront to them, because you are basically writing fan fiction of them being hurt or assaulted or whatever.
And it seems like you're making a lot of assumptions. I'm sorry, go ahead, Wes.
Yes, we will get to this more in full here in a few minutes. We got Jagrin too. So which character from Marvel feels the most like only exists to be a variant cover these days? I think myself, it's Black Cat or maybe MJ. I don't think it can be Black Cat, because Black Cat is an ongoing. I would go with Iceman. He is in no comic books whatsoever, but he does make an appearance every Pride Month.
Gwenpool, Iceman, honestly, Magik.
Yes.
Tim Drake, Robin. Because literally any of the characters that you've queerified, every character you've queerified, because they can no longer actually exist in story. They can't have anything good or bad happen to them.
That's right.
Because otherwise it's the same as the Magik weirdos.
Because they're representative now. And it's like, it's the same problem that you ran into with Rey, just throwing it back to Force Awakens. They couldn't do anything interesting with Rey because she became representative of all girls within Star Wars. And so that was it. You couldn't turn her to the dark side in the third film, which would have actually maybe they could have done something interesting there. They could have done a flip with her and Ben. There's all kinds of things you could have done to try to save that train wreck, but you couldn't, because Rey has to be perfectly virtuous because she's representative. Harley Quinn can't be interesting now. She has to be annoying because she's representative. There's just
Poison
nothing.
Ivy.
Yeah, Poison Ivy. There's nothing interesting to do with these characters once you make them representation.
Is it
Mr.
roller
DC
derby chicks? Is that who Harley Quinn represents today?
Yeah.
Basically.
Not in the absolute universe. Yeah, she's a little different there. Mr. DC Comics. I've just read the first 12 issues of Jeff Lemire's JSA. Great art, great story. Starting to prefer omnibus and absolute over floppies. Enjoy it better that way. So, Dylan, I know you're a bigger fan of the Jeff Lemire JSA stuff. I've kind of fallen off on it because it felt like they were wasting a little bit too much time to me. What are you thinking about that one? And I know you also do some trade waiting.
That is definitely the way to read that run, because it was definitely written for the trade. It's not a great monthly book because it doesn't really start paying off till towards the end. It doesn't give you a whole lot month to month, but yeah, it was overall I liked it, and I can see why you'd like it more. Reading all 12 issues at once probably hits a lot better. And yeah, I've said a bunch that I believe the absolute editions are the best way to read comics. I love those big oversized editions. That's the way to go. And of course, getting a whole story and getting to read it all is better than getting one and then waiting a month for the next part.
They're also more manageable size-wise. Trying to read a 600, 800 page omnibus where so much of the art and everything is lost in the gutters.
Yeah,
is especially for like the middle third to half of the book. Whereas absolute, you're only collecting maybe 12 to 14 issues. Hell, sometimes as small as 7. So you're going 7 to 14 issues collected into one hardcover, and it's the oversized, way bigger than the omnibus, like, height and width of the pages. So no, it's a good format.
That's Diego Orlatugi booker, right?
Yes, yeah, he's
I
the
think
main
he's a
artist on
really
that.
good artist.
But he hopped off for this latest arc. That's like year 1. They're doing like JSA year 1. He's not on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. James Hannaford with the $50 super chat. Thank you very much. So very generous. Cy Sprayer should never touch a superhero comic again. His Flash run was incoherent, boring, and migraine-inducing. Wally's new suit sucks. After Adam's run, it's as if Cy met up with Tom King and said, "Hold my beer. Wes, we need a video on this massacre."
Oh, Cy Spurrier belongs nowhere near superhero comics. It's like the guy he's the very, very, very untalented creator that decided one day, I'm going to do a lot of drugs and try to pretend that I am Grant Morrison, Warren Ellis, and Alan Moore all at once. But I am not even half of any of their IQs.
I think that sums. I think you nailed it. That sums it up for me.
The problem for me on making a video about this is I stopped reading Flash after 1 issue, or maybe it was 2, because it was very bad and it clearly wasn't continuing on what Jeremy had done. To do a video on it, I would have to go back and read it.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm keen on that. You know what I mean?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And the irony is that Mark Waid is probably helping out writing some of the best Flash in recent history because he's done it before. And I'm just like, I'm kind of done with you, kid. Sorry. I'm going to skip that.
Everything I've ever read by Cy Spurrier has been that same incoherent nonsense.
You didn't like his 6-gun samurais or whatever? Or was it Gorillas?
I didn't read that.
Gorilla.
The Hellblazer he wrote recently was pretty good because that was kind of on that was on Recipe. That was good.
He's become like the official writer at Marvel for Legion. Probably because he's also, schizophrenic. So why the fuck not? He writes like he's schizophrenic. And but he did an X-Force series that was fucking terrible. He did a Legion series. He did he did that Age of X or Way of X, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And over it, and then he did, but everything he does
was kind of decent though.
It was okay.
It was an outlier,
but it was very much. But then the more he got into explaining what was going on, if you ignore all the Legion stuff in there, it was perfectly normal. It's every time he starts involving Legion in it, it became almost incomprehensible.
That's a good way to describe some of the stuff he did. Dylan, did you jump into the Jeremy Adams Flash stuff when he was rehabilitating Wally?
Yes, and then I dropped off as soon as Cy Spurrier came on.
That sucks because what Tom King had done, and some people had tried to undo after Heroes in Crisis. I know Sully, I think, quit reading DC Comics altogether for several years because of Heroes in Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But what Tom King had done to the character, and Jeremy Adams going in there and basically fixing Wally West and get him in a great place, get his kids back, get his wife back, just this really fun adventure comic book series with really cool art, and to just drop it all for Cy Spurrier was terrible.
Well, this is what happens when the editor wants to hire their friend. It doesn't matter that the book is now on an upswing in sales and it's gaining traction and it's gaining readership. No, I want to hire my friend. So Jeremy Adams, you're off the book, and I'm hiring my friend to do it. And then you get, the absolute tanking of the Flash book, which is what Cy Spurrier brought to it.
Is that the next Absolute book? Absolute.
And they are right that the suit is terrible. A suit is so ugly.
That is the terrible suit. I love Flash costumes, Flash suits. The original Kid Flash.
It's
suit,
the black one, right?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's like red from here up, and then it's like gray and black, and it's
got like a gold highlight around the symbol.
It's terrible.
It's not a good one.
It's a very ugly suit.
I feel like so many superheroes now make you miss the status quo. It's like, please just go back X-Men, or please go back Flash to your costumes. Because it's like, Aaron, you're a collector guy. they either flood the market with these redesigns and nobody wants them, and it makes you want the original one, and then they'll maybe like put it on a variant cover. You're like, oh man, so and so's back in their classic book. I feel like across the board, it makes me not want to buy stuff because it always looks like a cheap knockoff, never the authentic character.
The best-selling Wolverine figure is still always the tiger stripe costume, followed by the brown and gold costume. Everything else does not.
Tan.
Yeah, brown tan. Everything else does not sell as well.
What about him in a tuxedo? His patch.
And an eye patch, yeah.
No, I mean, I got that one because it comes with him and Hulk in the tuxedo. It's that classic Buscema cover, Wolverine. I picked those up, but yeah, I mean, but like if for most people, it's like, hey, this I only need 1 or 2 Wolverines. Most people aren't like me who are obsessive and are like, I need all this stuff. So yeah, they gravitate towards those. Just like the red and blue Spider-Man will always sell out. A Hulk figure will always sell out. There's just those those classic looks. Those are always in demand because there's always new kids that want a Hulk figure. There's always new kids that want a Spider-Man figure. And, Miles Morales, as much as they try to push him and, he sells okay, I'm not going to take that away from him, but he does not even come close to selling Peter Parker. You never see a red and blue Peter Parker just hanging out on the pegs.
Nope.
Doesn't happen.
I don't think you see this new Wally suit. It'll be hanging out on the pegs in Ollie's. You know what I mean?
Well, but again, that's one of those things with McFarlane would probably look at it for the couple of months that he has that license left and be like, nah.
Not making it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a Mattel figure.
Sully, you did come back in time to check out some of the redemption from Jeremy, right?
Yes, that's where you invited me on the show about 3 years ago. And a little over 3 years ago, because that's when
you've been squatting for 3 years.
Heck yeah, man! I've been around this long. Yeah. Sometimes I look at some of the old shows and I'm like, wow, look at me! I was so much thinner then.
I was so young. I had a full head of luxurious hair.
I look at my old videos. My beard is entirely red.
When I started on this channel. But when I started on the show, I was the lapsed fan. And like, why are you not reading comic books? Like, here's some suggestions. Go make it happen. And I did. And then it turned me back into being a weekly warrior. And that's directly responsible for Jeremy Adams' Flash and you guys' suggestion. And being like, Sully, you got to read that. And you're right, because it fits in with like every back issue of Flash I have. From like I've read the Wally 1 through 236 like 3 times. I love that volume of the Flash, and the Jeremy Adams stuff it fits perfectly with that.
What's weird about Jeremy? So he loses the Flash book. It doesn't look like he's going to really do anything at DC because they had announced the new line of books that they were doing, and they had announced Mariko Tamaki on Green Lantern. But she couldn't do it, and she had to like walk away. And he was like a last minute addition. Obviously it worked out really well if you're a Green Lantern fan. But there are still people, if you go to like chat rooms or League of Comic Geeks, they're still like very angry. The kind of the fans that Tim Seeley got this week. They are very mad because they think that Jeremy Adams screwed Mariko Tamaki out of a Green Lantern book.
I got news for you. Mariko Tamaki couldn't do the Green Lantern book even if she had done the Green Lantern book. So there's just nobody wanted that. Nobody. I mean, I guess maybe these people that are upset, but like, who is
the pirate?
Who is out there standing? Who is out there standing for a Mariko Tamaki run on anything?
No, but that same insane audience that just drove Tim Seeley off of Twitter did the same thing or has been doing the same thing to Jeremy Adams for like 2 years now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like you said, it's the beast they created.
Yeah, it is the audience that they courted. Mm-hmm. Spam Room Collections favorite X-Men comic covers. Go. Mine would be 243 Silvestri Inferno cover. All right, Doc, you're the X-Men aficionado. Give me the one cover.
243, the purple cover.
John Byrne X-Men.
I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with giant sized X-Men #1.
Ooh.
Okay, what's your Sparrow?
My favorite cover of all time, or my favorite X-Men cover?
Favorite X-Men cover.
Okay, I'm looking at 243 right now. That's the one with Sinister with his hand and everybody falling into the flames of Inferno. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to just throw at me right away because like I have so many favorite.
You had
covers.
48 seconds while Doc answered.
I love Phoenix. Well, I was looking up the one that I was looking up the one that our viewer likes. I like the one where Phoenix is crushing the logo. Anytime you've got a character interacting with a logo, I love that. I love that Purple Inferno cover where you've got the evil version of the X-Men and then like the original X-Men coming at you. Because Inferno was just my jam. I've always loved the Wolverine Crucified cover. I've always thought that was really, really impactful. So yeah, there's a lot of them that I love, but those are just some of the selections right there.
Mine is Uncanny 109 with the Guardian killing all the X-Men and getting to Wolverine in the creek. Love that one.
That's a good one. I love a bunch of those.
What's your favorite?
Probably Uncanny 251 when you got Wolverine on the X cross and all the skulls. I love that cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sully, break it out. You know what's in your spinner rack.
Well, I love a lot of those old Uncanny X-Men ones, like when they remember Colossus as the Proletariat, or that one with the Murder World and Arcade, and I think that's the first appearance of Dazzler and Kitty Pryde as well. And but this is my choice. Some Walt Simonson for your baby.
It was the first. It was the first Emma and Kitty.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Doc. And but this Walt Simonson wraparound cover from the $2. Is this a $2 cover price? Yes, $2 in the 60-cent days, man. So this Walt Simonson cover is great. We got Charles on the Mobius chair and not his wheelchair, and we've got this is my favorite Cyclops uniform, and this is a great age of the X-Men and the Teen Titans. So this is my choice.
Last week I said the Morbius chair and fucking Sparrow.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin.
God.
You know what? I'm gonna throw another cover in there that I love is the Joe Madera Rogue in the spacesuit where she's just kind of like turned back looking at you, and you got her great butt on the cover.
It was a 1 in 4 unannounced variant. They just every 4 issue, 3 issues were one cover, and the 4th one was that. So,
all right, Hicks, what's your favorite X-Men cover of all time, dude?
I'm gonna go with a weird one, X-Men number 50 from Jim Steranko, the one with Polaris and all that.
Oh, the one that that was the first of the new logo.
I like it. I guess it would be monochromatic. I don't know if that's the proper term for it, but I like Steranko's work. I like that era of X-Men artwork, even though it's not my favorite era of X-Men to read. Because I was going to pick a John Byrne one, but there's too many good ones. Or a Dave Cockrum one. I even like the John Romita Jr. one where Wolverine's slashing down. So, X-Men 2 something. There's just too many good pieces of work.
Hold on, Hicks. I got it.
Hold up. Doc's going to show off.
Steranka signed mine.
Lucky. I met him. I got an Indiana Jones print signed when I met him.
Yeah. He signed mine at Ides in Pittsburgh a couple of years ago. That's what I felt the strongest handshake of any human being that I've ever felt.
Did he tell you stories?
Oh God. There was 8 people in front of me when I got there before he started signing. It took 2 hours for him to get to me.
I was about to say he talked to me for 2 hours because we caught him at the end of the show. It was somebody he knew, somebody who just did a transaction, and then me. And I was just like, I just want to hear the stories. And then he included me in the conversation. It was cool. He was telling us stories about Martin Goodman and Stan Lee.
Did he tell you the one about him going in to drop off a cover and having to shave in the car and cutting his face so he's blood all down his white dress shirt?
Oh God, no!
And Stan is giving a tour to these Japanese businessmen that he was trying to do international translation business with. And Steranka comes in and he just got blood all down his shirt. Because he cut himself shaving in the car on the way into Manhattan.
See, now I would think if I saw Steranko come in with a bunch of blood on his shirt and a gash on his face, I would assume that he got into a knife fight before he got there.
Dude,
Steranko is like that, like I've said it on the show before. If he like reached into that turtleneck and then just pulled it and it just split open like the Naked Gun, you know, he would it would be jacked like Groundskeeper Willie.
He told us a story how he was essentially a spy for Martin Goodman. You remember the Marvel Mania posters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently, the intermediary was stealing the money. The story he told was the person who was supposed to produce the posters was getting their money, but they were not sending out the posters to the fans. So Steranko had to go out there and like basically get this guy to admit that he was skimming off the top, and then he was able to call Martin Goodman. So that's why one of the fan clubs or something died, like the first one, because somebody was skimming. But I don't know why Jim Steranko was sent. He doesn't know why he was sent.
Well,
but
probably because he was a magician. He was a he had like 5 other careers.
Baja Cat. This is the weekly reminder that Paul is still alive and his existence is Mary Jane's fault. That Gwen MJ debate is settled. Gwen didn't curse us with a man bun dress, sweatshirts, pants wearing abomination.
It's true.
All of this is going to contribute to Paul's eventual heel turn. All right.
Paul's already a heel
turn. What the hell does that mean? He's already the most hated man in comics.
But it's true. But why? Just because he's like, your ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend?
Because he's a colossal pussy.
He's Roman Reigns back when they were piping in crowd noise.
Suck it.
He's Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, the only thing about him was Dylan making fun of him.
But there is no The Rock turn in him.
There is no Rock turn. Thank you.
No.
Paul. I hate so much of modern Spider-Man, but I'm buying it just to have all the books. But damn you, Marvel, you steal my.
Are you guys excited for in Black Cat? They're going to have a Black Cat Venom crossover, and Venom obviously being MJ, and they're going to like work together.
Oh,
what I always
Scissor Sisters.
That's a band.
Fresh from their appearance in Black Cat Jackpot, we've got. Oh gosh, remember that
So
one?
you like Paul? Sully, you're the only one I would accuse this of.
I'm just being positive. I mean, I have no evidence to dislike Paul because he is the son of a big bad. He survived and helped keep MJ alive and the 2 imaginary kids in that pocket universe for 5 years. So he's got to have some kind of resourcefulness and toughness.
Lies.
Hold on. He's the son of a jabroni bad. He's not a big bad. He was a guy that was
He's the son of Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah,
he's the son of a guy that the Hypno Hustler would laugh at.
Hypno.
Yeah.
I mean, but he gets a lot of. He's just a lightning rod for negativity, because it's like seriously, no, he's your ex-wife's new husband.
No, it's a stupid self-insert character that never needed to be there. That really just arrives and makes you not want to read the book anymore. That's why everybody hates the character. There's no real purpose for him to be there, other than hey, look, she can't be with Spider-Man. She's got Paul. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody wants this shit. He sucks.
Somebody said that he's essentially Pedro Pascal.
Yes, he's the Pedro Pascal of Marvel Comics.
Yeah, that's. Except for there was never any moment where people were like, "Hey, he's not that bad."
I still like Pedro Pascal as an actor. I think he was great in Game of Thrones. I think he was absolutely fantastic in Narco.
I like his Mandalorian voice.
Even kind of okay in Fantastic Four.
That's that movie's biggest crime. It's just kind of okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think the casting is bad, but he does fine for what he tried to do.
Galactus looks good, but is really dumb.
Yes.
Like I could not
way smarter.
I was like, why is he stupid and why is he just stomping around? Like he has the power cosmic. He doesn't need to walk over and do that thing. He can just do it.
He's the Stay Puft fucking Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, that's the biggest vision they had for him. And then it's like, oh, we're gonna push him through a portal. That's our big plan.
Not we. She's gonna push him through a portal because the guys are busy trying to get.
But the guys had to make the portal.
Dylan, you still hate that moment, don't you?
It was really dumb. She pushes him through. She pushes him through the city for like 3 miles. And Galactus was like, whoa, what do I do? Whoa. Just like a
Why
big
does he
clumsy
not
idiot.
just move to the side?
Galactus is like, I'm on a collision course to wackiness.
He's literally falling over for 3 miles. It's so
It really pissed me off.
It's they were taking the story of the mother who ripped a door off of a car to save her baby and superheroing it.
you could have made
Right?
that cool.
Just-
I mean, they already ripped doors off cars. Why are we taking a real life example of a superheroic element, dumbing it down for people who can be? It just doesn't ever work.
I just can't believe that Galactus, this cosmic being that traverses the universe, couldn't figure out how to avoid being pushed.
Here's
for
the
3 miles.
Here's the thing.
It was 8 blocks. He's exaggerating.
Okay,
I
see
don't think so.
the woman ripping the car door off to save her baby is only a legitimate comparison if she doesn't shove her baby into a burning car in the first place, which is exactly what
They did use the baby
did.
as bait.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah.
Hey, I need to shove my baby into this very dangerous situation and then act surprised or need to.
I was just saying that's what they were going
No,
for.
that's what they were going
what
for.
he was
But it was
doing.
such a bad
A mother's
analogy.
love is so powerful that it gave her the strength to literally push a cosmic being through a portal for 8 blocks, not 3 miles. 3 miles is ridiculous. 3 miles, you might have been out of the city.
Thanks, I hate it.
Javelin 2. Isn't BC queer though? Who?
BC?
Before
Black
movie.
Cat.
Oh,
Black Cat.
yes. I thought you were talking about the old Sunday news strip about the cavemen.
No,
She did have a girlfriend there for a while.
yeah, they made her bi.
You can thank
A
Kevin Smith
couple
for
of-
that.
Yep, a couple of years ago after because everybody kind of ignored it from back what was that Black Cat, the evil that men do.
Yeah.
People ignored it.
Yeah, everybody just kind of ignored that and pretended like it was out of continuity, mostly because it took like 4 years to come out.
Yeah, that last issue
That
took forever,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
and
Kevin
you never.
was busy making Batman: The Widening Gyre. What a terrible
Oh
Batman
god, it's
comic book.
so
Where
bad.
Batman peed his pants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's where we never also got the conclusion to Daredevil Target either. But regardless, yeah, no, they added that in, and she had a girlfriend. What was that,
Yeah,
about
she had
a
a
year
girl-
ago?
Yeah, and the
Nah, it was a
jackpot
couple
mini.
years ago. We
Yeah.
did a video.
I remember
Oh,
we
and
did
they
it,
did
but
it-
time just doesn't move that
Yeah.
way anymore.
And then they did it in the Spider-Man game, so it's like, oh, okay.
Well, the
Here we
PS4
go.
one, she's bisexual.
Yeah. Well,
I have
at
that game. How
least
did I miss that?
at least in the second one, she's like
Oh.
very much talking about her.
That is
girlfriend.
why dude, I skipped out on buying a PS5 completely because I knew they were making Miles the main event, and you know that Spider-Man game pushes all kinds of stuff into it. And I went, before I spend $700 to play Spider-Man, I think I'm going to sit this one out, and I have.
Well,
So
they
it
were-
looks like I missed it.
They were
Dodged the bullet.
banning players on PC who had done mods that turned all the pride flags in the game into American flags. They were banning them.
Yeah, I read all that
Also,
stuff.
there are, certain parts of the world where that game's released where there's no pride flags in those versions of the games.
Yeah,
Mysterious.
Can I get
Can I
that?
Wonder
just-
why.
Can I just install the Saudi version?
Oh, my goodness. You unpatriotic
Jane
fucks.
levels.
King KDI, how would you fix the character of Paul other than making him a Mephisto kind of part of his psyche? Okay, Aaron, you are the writer. How would you fix
Ooh.
Paul?
Look, I mean, I haven't been reading all the books, so I can't say that there's a way for me to go in and like figure out an interesting way that's kind of like built on what they've done. I think the way that you fix Paul is you just kill him. You kill him in the most brutal, satisfying way possible.
I say the way you do it is you just keep having him fall further and further, almost a Daredevil,
Like
ending up as a fucking short order cook, but then he's like a homeless guy on the street. Captain America kicks him in the face, and then he just ends himself because that's
You
his
make, him,
thing.
you make him Mysterio because Mysterio had that.
I was going to say that.
he's Mysterio playing the long game.
Or you could, what is that character from Deadpool 2? Peter, the guy with the mustache that everybody likes?
Yeah.
Peter.
Turn this guy into a character like that, where it's like he's so, Black Cat has those bad luck powers where everything bad will happen. Give him some like buffoon thing where he just keeps like you keep wanting him to die, but he keeps surviving like stupid death traps or something, and then eventually, after you get the audience to kind of like his journey, then you kill him, and then people are like, oh man, I actually liked Paul, and now he's dead, and it's just like, well, you got what you want.
You don't want him to be a construct of Mephisto trying to keep Peter and MJ apart?
I want that story to die more than anything else, Wes. Like, I like Spider-Man to a point, and that's the point where I can go, maybe I don't need to read this era of Spider-Man, and then it makes me not like anything from Joe Quesada, period. So
that would be a good. That would be a good way to do it. Is just make him a construct of Mephisto. That's, the problem is that no matter what you do, it's always going to be this guy was banging MJ, and if it's Mephisto, it's like, okay, so now the literal devil was sleeping with Peter Parker's wife.
Well, no, not Mephisto, a construct.
So a demon?
Something that, a person,
a lower life
who happens to basically, for whatever reason, press all of MJ's buttons.
His dad sold his soul to Mephisto.
Yeah,
this was all designed to just smear and taint Mary Jane.
Yeah,
so that
to make her a hoe.
Peter realize he can do better.
Yeah, and so that the fans would no longer want him together with Mary Jane. But the problem is the fans still want him together with Mary Jane, and they want all of that wiped out from continuity.
Although that moment when he told Mary Jane, "Oh, you don't want to get back together," and then slams a door in her face, I thought that was pretty great until I realized it was Ben Riley.
That was Ben, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Peter's got self-respect again?
He got his balls back? What the fuck? Awesome.
Yeah.
Can we just take Spider-Man back to like pre-Aunt May getting shot? Or hell, pre-Clone Saga?
This is why I want to retcon all of the Marvel Universe to about 3 weeks before Civil War. Everything that's happened since was the result of Franklin Richards hallucinating into existence a reality because he had the, fucking scroll flying monkey flu. And he was hallucinating, and his reality altering powers changed everything. Everything resets back to right then. But some people remember, some people don't.
Baja Cat says, "Don't give Paul a dignified death. He dies off panel. Brief mention. Oh, hey, remember Paul? He got hit by a metro train last week. He survived the impact and was dragged horrifically for a mile." That would be amazing. And maybe great. Captain America is the one getting the story. He goes, "Oh, he kind of deserved it, didn't he?"
You know what? You know what you do with Paul. You have Paul go through something horrific, like, I don't know, he takes Mary Jane out to a park, nice date or something. She gets shot up, and then he becomes the Paulnisher. And he has a skull with a man bun on it. Yes. Yeah. But then you do, like, if you guys remember in Chuck Dixon's Nightwing where there was Night-Wing, that guy's first day out, he goes like, "I'm gonna stop you criminals." He just gets shot up instantly. And you do like that on his first day as the Paulnisher.
It's a cautionary tale of
that's what you do.
You didn't have the right stuff.
Nightwing always reminded me of Night Fist and Hitman. He is the Night Fist. He will hit you with his fist.
I like that he didn't get his name from Nightwing. He didn't even think about it. He got it from the wing joint. That was Nightwing.
So there was an issue. Okay. I'm a big Wildstorm fan. And so it was after Ellis took over the Stormwatch and then turned it into the Authority. And all of these characters, there was a bunch, like, because Stormwatch was just kind of a catch-all for all these generic Wildstorm superheroes, including one that did have his own series, had 2 series, Union. And this character, basically, Warren Ellis hated this character so bad that after he got fired from being a member of Stormwatch, because Union was like it was like their version of the Green Lanterns, except for they had a blue staff instead of a green ring. And this dude literally just ends up, he gets so berated in the process of getting fired that he turns his blue staff into a blue gun and blows his head off. And because Warren Ellis hated this character so badly, he just makes him die this pathetic, sappy, sad death, like in complete anonymity.
Peter finds him in a refrigerator, knows that MJ did it, and then hides the evidence. That's in a Paul.
Oh,
the 8 deaths of Paul Rabin.
Yes.
Wow.
No.
I think MJ should go down for it though, and she should spend the rest of the book in jail. I'm not over Mary Jane. I'm over Mary Jane. Like,
well,
Paul's
actually, that's a good one.
refrigerators.
Because when did Venom stop eating people? Well, maybe Venom can eat Paul in their sleep by mistake, and Mary Jane wakes
He's
up.
annoying me,
oh my gosh.
and I have to deal with him because I'm inside.
I ate Paul.
Bonded.
Burp.
I almost said inside you. I was like, that's not the way to do it.
Just do a whole story just called Paul's in Refrigerators.
Oh, a whole
I'm gonna
multiverse of Paul's.
I'm
in
gonna have
refrigerators.
Doomface. I'm gonna have Doomface kill Paul.
Okay, you should. He needs it. And then Jagger 2 says we need Onslaught 2 reboot Boogaloo storyline.
Yeah, Age
Don't
of
tempt
Onslaught next, coming right up.
Yeah.
Oh, the problem is that Onslaught is a villain that should have never returned after the first time.
They just did Onslaught 2, I think, in a Wolverine and Daredevil.
They
book,
did.
or, I'm
This
sorry,
is like
Deadpool book.
Onslaught like 5 because they did it at the end of that Way of X. They did it there was the one that Liefeld did in the early 2000s for the 10th anniversary, Onslaught Reborn.
Ben Percy had that in his Deadpool Wolverine.
The
Onslaught.
Deadpool and Wolverine just had Onslaught. There was at least one more Onslaught. The problem is Onslaught should have no longer existed because it's not even after it got ripped out of Xavier. It's not it's a merger of two personalities that never had a physical form.
I did kind of like it when they did Red Onslaught. I liked the idea of it, even though Axis sucked.
Yeah. Having the Red Skull with Xavier's brain, part of his brain grafted on so that he gets Xavier's powers. Sure. Cool, I guess.
That should have been a huge story.
It really should have.
Onslaught is like Sauron. He doesn't need a physical body.
But Sauron does need a physical body because that's
he's got the big eye, man.
Yeah, but he needs to get back. He had a physical body. The reason he was the big eye is because he needed the ring to reincorporate himself into a physical body.
Onslaught was after he got ripped out of Xavier, after Xavier kind of exercised because he was just a parasitic merger of his own personality and Magneto's. Especially once Xavier gets his powers back, because Xavier lost his powers when Onslaught becomes itself. When he gets his powers back, Onslaught shouldn't exist anymore.
Super Friend Man, did you guys review Eddie Brock Carnage number 10? It was a short-lived series with a lot of potential only to set up the Death Spiral event. F Marvel. Yeah, we were recommending some issues of Eddie Brock Carnage on Best of the Week, and I've been reading that series. I don't think I made it to issue 10 because I realized it was being canceled.
I read
but it was fine. It was good.
Overall, it was really good. Charles Soule did a good job. Jesus Sies did the majority of the artwork, and it was really good and grotesque and horror. There was like this one panel, I think in issue 2 or 3. I just wanted to smoke a doobie and get like stare at it for 10 minutes, man. Like, look at this, man. And Juanan Ramirez did some pickup issues. You know him from Mark Miller's Nightclub, and he did a good job. There was one more other pickup artist that dropped the ball a bit, but over 10 issues, I think 7 of them were good to outstanding.
I like that Sully's becoming the guy that's like, have you ever read comics? You ever read comics on weed?
Here, I couldn't get into play more of Marvel's musical symbiotes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like the concept of Eddie Brock becoming Carnage, but the execution itself was
bad idea. Is I don't care how well it's executed. I'm not.
No, seriously, you had to bring Eddie back to Earth. After all of this cosmic stuff, after all of this night, infinite power, all these duplicates of yourself in the sea of symbiote, he's returned to Earth. He has to make a deal with the devil in order to survive. He needs a symbiote in order to keep his body going, and Carnage needs Eddie, someone that knows how to pilot a symbiote. and they have this like they're like handcuffed together, and they have to coexist.
So it's the exact same premise as Mary Jane Venom.
But
So why not have Venom back on Eddie and Mary Jane
will eventually go back. It will eventually go back to the status quo, and that's actually a really good idea. But to bring Eddie back to Earth and doing what he originally did, he was an investigative reporter. So he's looking up serial killers in order to feed Carnage, and that's his deal. I'll find these serial killers, someone that's worthy of sacrificing to you.
Dexter.
Yeah, and it met Dexter a bit. So I had fun with this book overall. I think it was a hit.
And he says Carnage learns Peter's secret identity again for the third time post One More Day. He learned his identity when he bonded with Norman as Red Goblin and Absolute Carnage.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
people need to stop learning Peter's identity.
Yep.
It's so played out at this point. It's like, what do you and then you have to reset it. Oh, they got amnesia.
Yeah.
Just
but
like the movie.
for a concept I wasn't interested in, it was a fun book. I don't personally like Jesus Saez as an artist, so I would prefer Juan and Ramirez to do the whole series. But yeah, that was cool. It sucks that it's already over. It only lasts 10 issues, but if you're a Marvel fan, that is part of the Marvel experience these days.
I am still calling him Jesus Says.
Okay. There you go. Now let's talk about this toxic new fandom that Marvel Comics has been courting. They wanted to replace, their longtime, lifelong readers. They didn't think they were good enough. They weren't embracing the right messages, Doc. So they went out there, changed a lot of their characters, did everything in their power to drive off the long-term fans away, to replace us with people like the ones that were driving Tim Seeley off of social media this past week, that are still complaining about your Jeremy Adams getting a chance on Green Lantern because he stole the opportunity from Rico Tamaki and stuff like this. And I feel like, Doc, that Marvel is getting what they deserve. Not Tim Seeley, but Marvel themselves.
Oh, yeah.
These are the people that they wanted.
I mean, yeah, look, this is the exact audience that they were courting, that they said was the better audience, that was the audience of the future, the hip young audience. I mean, sure, if mentally ill lunatics are your bread and butter, I mean, I don't think you really have very long. You're not long for this world as a corporation, but sure, I guess. I'm sitting there going, hey, look. And the thing is, I actually don't even really feel that bad for Tim Seeley, because he courts these weirdos too. With regularity.
I think Tim tries to walk a line. I mean, I like Tim. He's the man bought me a beer at a very bad Wizard World that we were both at. And I've liked my conversations with Tim. The bottom line is, whether you like a guy's writing or not, this whole thing, this whole sense of entitlement that you can send people death threats, or that you can that you own this character, and that if you don't like what's being done with them in an alternate freaking universe, in a panel that you saw on Twitter, and you don't know what the context is because you don't buy comics and you're not even invested in it, but like because your little weirdo mob is getting churned up, and you want to feel good about your pathetic life, so you want to go and attack somebody so that you can make yourself feel better, get that adrenaline hit, get that dopamine. I think that is ridiculous. And I had some people that are like, well, first of all, you'd have to convince me that there was sexual assault in that book.
Yeah, because there's, other than it just being, I don't know, basically
interpretation. Yeah,
you're
must
adding
have wanted that to happen to Ilyana. We didn't see that, but you saw that. That's your interpretation. This is art.
Yeah, is. They saw a lot of things that apparently happened off digital panel, because remember, this is in Marvel Infinite comic too. So it's literally not even, it doesn't even warrant being physically published.
And you can sit there and you can say like, okay, like, because somebody came at me and they said, some of the people that feel that Magik represents them because they have a history of abuse, so it's very triggering and blah blah blah. It's not an author's job to tiptoe around your triggers and your traumas. It's your job as a human being to seek professional help if you need it, or to go to church and get counseling, or whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself functional. You don't get to take tools out of a writer's toolbox because they are personally triggering to you. We can have a conversation about whether or not this portrayal of assault or this portrayal of murder, or, because lots of horrible things have happened to people. Some people have had family members murdered. Should we take that out of comics because you might come onto a book and you had a family member murdered and now somebody in this book is murdered and it triggered you? Should we take that away? Where does that stop? Animal abuse, HH can't write Here Comes Calico anymore because, where there's a vigilante that's going after people who abuse animals because, that might trigger you. Oh, where does it stop? Hurt feelings? Oh, people saying insulting things. You want the blandest entertainment possible. And these people that are coming at Tim Seeley, all they want is they just want the characters to screw. That's the only thing, they just want every combination of these characters banging. That's that audience that Marvel has courted. So when you try to actually tell a story, or you try to actually give a character, touch on a character's history or their backstory, or, do something, they read things into it and they come at you and, they want to burn you to the ground. And I feel, I do feel kind of bad for Tim because nobody should have to deal with that.
No.
Nobody should have to deal with that, that bunch of big bag of bullshit. But again, like we said, this is the audience that Marvel's courting with every article that, what's that podcast that thinks that they own X-Men, that Jordan White was catering to, and the website that they're always on, Adventures in Poor Taste, or is that what it's called?
Yeah.
AIPT, Adventures in Poor Taste. Yeah, it's that's the audience you're catering to. All the weirdos that don't buy the books but they pirate them, but are calling for people's deaths on League of Comic Geeks and are angry at the at the writers. Look. I will tell you, I do not like Tom King. I do not like what he writes. I don't like him as a person. I don't like the fact that he attacked Jay Lee. I don't like the fact that he goes after other people to try and prop himself up and make himself feel better. I do not like him as a person. I do not like him as a writer. I don't want him harmed. I don't wish death upon him.
Remember, these are the same people that said that, back during the milkshake incident that, I banged the middle one was a rape threat. But I want to kill you for what you did to Magik. Apparently, okay.
It's the same people. There's no consistency.
Remember, these are people that think they abhor violence except for the things that they like.
Mm-hmm.
They're nuts. They're completely and utterly nuts. I'm sorry. You can't have an audience of actual crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
And expect to have a product that resonates with normal people. Sorry, it just doesn't work that way.
And listen, I'm not insensitive to the fact that if you need help, if you've got trauma in your life, if you've been attacked or you've been assaulted, or these are things that you're dealing with, I feel for you. That shouldn't. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it is your responsibility as an adult to deal with it. It is your responsibility as an adult to move forward, to seek help. It's not up to you to yell at everybody else who's writing fiction, because you feel ownership over a character that's not yours. You can tell them they're a bad writer. You can call them a hack. You can, get on forums and say, I don't like this guy's writing and I will never buy it and I will never support it. And, you can do all of that, but you need to stop short when you start thinking that you can wish harm on people because they wrote a story that you didn't like.
I hate Mark Waid. Legitimately hate that man. I think the world will be better off when he shuffles off this mortal coil. Probably wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire, but still don't really wish ill on him. Fucking Christ, I can't talk. I don't wish ill on the guy. I hope he ends up broken, poor, but I don't want him to be physically harmed. I don't want anything like that. I just want him to leave comics.
I mean, I would like look, like I've said, I've worked with Waid. I've seen both sides of him. I wish that he would give in to the better part of his nature. And I think that's what I try to do is I try, when you've got somebody who I find their behavior despicable, I see somebody who's so miserable and who's just constantly churning with that misery, like Mark Waid. My hope is that he will find something in life that makes him happy and that resets his brain so that he can move forward and be a better human being. And then that, he'll be happier in his work. He'll be happier in everything that he does. I always hold out hope that people can come back. And that's why like people come at me all the time and they're like, why are you even talking to this person? Why haven't you disowned them? I don't disown anybody. It's like, I'll talk to anybody and I'll meet you with the same energy that you come at me. If you come at me as an asshole, eventually you'll get me being an asshole back to you. But, then if you could, like, I've had arguments with people where it's gotten pretty heated and then they've come around. They're like, you know what? You've got a good point. I never really considered that. And I'm like, oh, you know what? My honor is satisfied. We part as friends.
What do these people, what do they actually want? They want their characters to be validated, right?
They want their characters to bang. Yeah, they want their fan fiction to be recognized.
Okay, so Illyana has been an alphabet person since 2020. This gives her some sort of imaginary protective status, right? She has this alleged history of trauma way back in the early Uncanny X-Men days. Giving another intersectional kind of force multiplier for this identity stuff. So you're not supposed to imaginarily assault or traumatize further these imaginary characters, right? And, well, what are you supposed to do to your hero or heroine? You need to put them in peril. You need to put them in these situations that test them. And especially in this, this is an alternate timeline. This is an alternate future. Illyana's going to be fine. This is a what if tale. So seriously, what if Illyana got killed on a mission? What would happen to her? She would end up in limbo. She died as a human. She'll end up in limbo. What happens to her demon half? Doesn't that reclaim the rest of her? And
probably.
I mean, I see Tim Seeley just went like, oh, what would happen? If, what do I do with Illyana? I got to put her in peril. And something dangerous has to happen to her. And besides, you got Doug Ramsey out there turning people into babbles. And we're all the aphasia people, they need to bound together and say, stop assaulting us. And our confusion is natural,
So is it just the margarine people that can't have any trauma occur to them? Because I don't know. I see fucking Batman and Wolverine have and Spider-Man have a fuck ton of trauma occur to them on just about a monthly basis.
Right. I mean, I look at Spider-Man as he's probably the most has the best mental health in fiction. He's the most resilient character. He's had so many bad turns happen to him. The Parker luck, losing loved ones, but he's always comes out on the other side resilient, strong, willing to help, and not giving up. I think he's even more resilient than Batman and mentally healthier.
Definitely. When they did the story where Clark Kent lost his powers and was raped in that Russian prison, I mean, people were upset, but were there death threats? I don't remember there being death threats. I could be wrong, but I don't remember that.
And I like Tim Seeley. I've interacted with him several times in the past couple of years on Twitter. So it's for me personally, another good one bites the dust. If you treat some of these people with respect, they're going to, do likewise. While I was reading Local Man for 2 years, I just would chat him up every month being like, dude, you smashed it again. You and Tony are doing a great job. And it was a pleasure talking with him and interacting with him. And I just don't see how any of these side of the aisle people are not going to follow him to Blue Sky to make his life hell there. I hear it's worse than Twitter when it comes to biases.
The only difference is that it's a ghost town. So you'll get less abuse there, but a higher concentration of it. A higher concentration of the abusers are on Blue Sky.
Pretty much. And I know Tony wanted to, Tim Seeley wanted to bail from Twitter a couple of months ago too. So this has been on his mind. And this was probably just the camel's, the last straw that breaks the camel's back, and good luck to him. I like him. He's a decent writer. He's going to make good X-Men stories.
I mean, the fact that he had to spend his Thanksgiving worrying about his family because a bunch of online weirdos who don't buy comics but feel ownership over them, were threatening him and his family. That is ridiculous.
Because of a digital comic. Not even a comic that was even worth putting into press.
Well, and what you're talking about, Doc, is like the digital comic aspect of it. If you see the outrage is basically the same thing from person to person. Never any specific about the story, sharing the exact same screenshots, because you could tell none of them had actually read the story.
Yeah.
One person got mad because they actually had Marvel Unlimited or whatever it is, put it out there, and then I guess another 50 people decided to jump on the outrage that didn't even read the story. And you could tell that because they didn't even know what the interpretation of what actually was going on there. And clearly, if they're such big Magik fans, they should be aware that all this stuff has already happened to Magik during the Uncanny days.
There's nothing new here, and nothing, literally nothing. And
it's
it happened.
Literally a replay of the story.
It's a redo of what happened to her when she was like 10. And
I'm not. You can't convince me necessarily that she was assaulted in that way.
Yeah.
When she was 10,
She was just tortured.
I always took the abuse that it was she was probably beaten, and that it was mental abuse, and she's in a demon realm, and I just it's not like it was presented as a good thing. It's not like her being tortured by demons was ever presented as a good thing, or even really like in a fetishy way. It's like,
you mean the demons were the bad guys?
The demons were the bad guys.
Things.
Demons did bad things, like
What?
demonic. Now I know that like this crowd, like they're used to getting stories and writing stories where the demons are the hero or the misunderstood heroes. But I'm sorry, demons do bad things, and they want to do bad things.
Oh, you know what? I'm figuring it out. These are the same people that are like the weird book talk people that do the
Minotaur milking farm.
The Minotaur milking farm and whatever other weird monster porn. The monster porn books that all the women are reading now because their smut is apparently we like the thing that can rip us apart, but it doesn't do it to us because we're special.
Yeah, that's Twilight.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Twilight fanfic stuff.
Taming the monster, fixing the bad boy.
Yes. Yeah. That's what it is. And when the bad boy does bad things to the girl, you act fucking shocked. Bitch, that's because you think that just if you're bland enough, the Minotaur won't gore you, you'll just blow it.
I realized I said taming the monster, and then immediately in my head, Pete Holmes as Batman came into my head going,
Oh, God.
You tamed my monster. I started laughing.
A lot of weird stuff going on in this conversation.
Well, I mean, look, it's lunatic fetishistic weirdos. And I'm saying this as a guy that spent many years involved in the kink community. These are the same people that thought they could use kink as therapy. Now they're using comics as therapy. Get a fucking doctor, you weirdos.
Yeah. They had, but Marvel taught all these people that this is how you react. This is how you talk. If you want to affect change, you use words like sexist, misogynist, homophobe, transphobe, racist, and then you cause a big stink. You divert the truth of what the matter is to what it needs to be for you to get what you want. And then they would, basically placate their demands and cancel books and fire writers and stuff like that. And basically they've created the monster that's, harassing their writers off of social media.
Yeah. Good job, Marvel.
Yeah. It's a lesser industry for it.
Golf clap.
So, yeah, it's terrible. And then you saw the articles I sent you guys where they were explaining what happened. Did you notice that all the articles were twisting the events to make it seem like the people that were doing the threats were the sympathetic ones?
Yes.
And Tim Seeley kind of deserved it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like every single one of them.
You do not hate the media enough.
No. Yeah, they're just a bunch of spineless weasels. Let's here for the people's Jagger 2 says Red Hulk was good 10-issue series as well. Yes, it was. That was another Sully favorite, right?
Yep. I enjoyed it.
Did you see that the Red Hulk stuff is going to be showing up in Cap?
Is it coming back?
The Red Hulk and what he's done for Latveria and all that stuff is going to be in Captain America.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cool. Because it's like, I mean, Ben Percy deserves to have, I think just, he's got this weird kind of like Fantastic Four thing going on. He's got 3 guys, 1 girl.
I just told you it's not happening in another book. It's happening in
Okay.
Captain America, and it's only going to be Red Hulk, and it ain't going to be Ben Percy. It's going to be Chip
Oh.
Zdarsky.
Darn it.
So they're picking up
hope.
the storyline, but it's not going to be him anymore.
Okay.
So if you want to see it, you got to go read the Cap series. King KDI. So Marvel reap what they sowed. I'm sure there's a famous Joker quote for some movie I should enter. Man, do you want to say that in Buffalo Jeff voice? What is that? I offended him?
Nope. He's got to get in character.
Oh, my bad.
You get what you fucking deserve.
You need something like that, yeah. They reap what they sowed. That Marvel.
That's really awful. But I imagine that's the voice of the Minotaur in the Milking Book.
Ooh, Jeff, can we do a dramatic reading of the Milking Book? That'd be some good content.
Yeah, sure. Do you send me a PDF of what you want me to read, and Buffalo Jeff will read your milking story.
Let's see if I can find it.
That's rough. HH and the folks over at Sigma Comics, shout out from South Florida. People who don't buy comics have lots to say about them. This channel helps them buy the right ones. Keep supporting it. Appreciate that, dude.
Yeah.
Enjoy Florida. It sounds like he's having a little respite from the Comic-Con tours for the holidays.
Very nice.
So, Dylan, you moved from Florida to Washington, and you decided to stay there.
It's much
Why?
nicer because it's so much
Nicer than Florida?
Yes, Florida sucks, dude.
Florida's amazing.
you have
It's so
the-
beautiful. The great weather.
a guy that
Florida's
goes
Washington.
and visits 3 days at a time. You live there in that horrible
I was there
humidity.
for 3 months.
It sucks.
Wes is in the
I-
Philippines, though.
I am
He's
in the
like
Philippines.
he's immune
True,
to the
he
humidity.
likes it. Yeah, true. Florida.
I don't know that I'm built for it. I'm getting
For a
pretty sweaty here,
vacation, it's probably nice, but living there, just that humidity and just being there all year round, it's not.
See,
but one of the
awesome.
places I would
Yes.
consider moving to the United States is the Pensacola area.
Well, yeah, if you like the humidity, that's good. But
Yeah, but it's always
otherwise-
rainy and there's sparkly
It
vampires.
rains a
where
lot
you're
in
at.
Florida. We have the
Every
best
day's
summers out
cloudy.
here in Washington. The summers in Washington are great. It's a great state. It's just the King County area. There's some,
Crazy.
that's
Yeah,
it.
I know.
But as a state, just like the land, Washington's fantastic.
I
You know
want
who's
to
a-
lock
Sorry.
up. I want to lock up some, some like where I don't have to have a job where I, physically go to it, so I have to live near it. Because I would love to just winter in California and then go summer, with my dad in Washington.
You know what's a surprisingly great state during the summer, and people might not believe me, but Alaska. For those like 2 weeks that you could consider it summertime, amazing. You get
Yeah.
out, you get to go hike the mountains, you see some freaking bear and everything. It was absolutely beautiful. You might like it, Dylan. I wouldn't go there for the winter though. It's a little harsh.
Seems like it.
Jose the Beast. These weirdos live with their parents and don't shower as adults, Doc. They venture into my LCS, not joking about the stink.
Oh my goodness.
It feels like one of those negative stereotypes about comic book guys. Like, we all shower, right? I know I do. At least
No,
once
it's
a
just
week.
every one of those. Every one of those posts, I could just I could just see the septum piercing.
Oh,
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I made sure it was on the thumbnail.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want a real good representation of who I believe is doing this stuff. But, yeah, you don't like it. Sneaky people are bad, Aaron. I don't like it.
No, nobody does. And you're like at every convention, there's that one person that like has that smell that's like sweat and piss.
yeah. How?
I couldn't figure out if it was Dylan or if it was Nick. I was like, which one of these guys is?
It wasn't Dylan. Dylan was fresh as
Oh.
a daisy every day.
Oh, it must have been Nick then.
Oh, no, come on. Nick smells delightful.
It wasn't me. Jeez.
Maybe it was you, Sully.
Was it?
Maybe.
It smelled like chowder and lobster shell.
That's right. It's just
Melted
coming through
butter.
coming out of your pores.
You would get that in Korea, the cab drivers, because they eat lots of kimchi. It would like come right out of them. You're like,
Yeah.
smelling ripe.
Kimchi's super good for you, though. It's good for your gut biome.
Yeah, it's a superfood.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Is there anything wrong with living in your parents these days? You know, the houses are so expensive. Apartments are way expensive. You must have a roommate, even if you're married and have kids.
I suppose it's okay to live with your parents. It's just not okay to like still be a child as an adult. Like, you know, like you can have childlike wonder and you can enjoy childlike things. But, you know, when you are still like an emotionally stunted weirdo that thinks it's okay to behave this way, you know, or that, you know, you don't need help for your traumas and your triggers, and, you know, that you just need to self-diagnose and put that in your Twitter bio as you threaten the life and the family of a guy who wrote a story you didn't like. I think you've lost the plot.
Although I did move out when I was 17, so it's been a while since I lived with my parents. It was a different time then, you know.
Plus, you were already, you know, you were kind of feral already.
That's true. I didn't have a lot of oversight growing up. It was a different time. Dylan, how old were you before you moved out? Like 25?
19.
No way.
Yeah.
You just got an apartment with your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you do it. Get out of your parents' basement and stop harassing people online and get a freaking job, you bronies.
And get a haircut.
I didn't want to talk about the best holiday movies out there. We just followed up on Thanksgiving, and Sully and Dylan and I had a conversation about holiday movies, the best Thanksgiving movie on the Hot or Not podcast. And I said, we should open this up to Christmas, 4th of July, all that kind of stuff. And Sully, your movie that you said was the best Thanksgiving movie was Home for the Holidays, correct?
Yeah, you hated it.
I hate that movie with a passion.
that
Dylan
Holly-
had a better
Holly Hunter?
suggestion. Yes.
Holly Hunter and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, directed by Jodie Foster, Holly Hunter, Albert Finney, Faye Dunaway. No, Anne Bancroft, rather. Claire Danes. It's got a wonderful cast. Robert Downey Jr.
You think that is a better Thanksgiving movie than Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
It's different. I mean, it hits.
That's a yes.
It hits me, I mean, Home for the Holidays hits me on the heart because it reminds me of my family and my family table. And then like the older sister coming home with the husband and the kids and the bickering and just the fighting over the table. It's just, I mean, it was pretty. I like that movie. Just a better taste.
All right, Jeff, what's your nomination? We've got 2 nominations for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and 1 for Home for the Holidays.
For Thanksgiving movies?
Yeah.
I could be a nerd and say Spider-Man since there's a scene that takes place at Thanksgiving. But honestly, I will say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's a great movie. If it doesn't warm your heart, you don't have a heart.
Exactly. That's wrong with Sully. That's why he's all impressed by Home
warm
for the
your
Holidays.
hands, and your hands are between 2 pillows. I love that movie. Just because it's a number 2 doesn't mean like, I don't like it.
I actually haven't seen the one you're talking about, but I'll definitely check it out because it's funny. The more, I mean, this is an obvious statement, but the more people I meet in life, the more I realize that some families are just like the ones from the movies. Like I've been in situations where every member of the family is like a stereotype from a John Hughes movie or from a classic or from something or other. And it's weird, but it makes me appreciate all those holiday movies more because while they seem crazy and out there, there's always a shred of realism to them.
So if we were a John Hughes movie cast, I think Sully would be Ducky, right?
Ducky was a prick.
And that's not a John Hughes movie.
Act 3
my
of
bad.
Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, that's Howard Deutsch.
All right. Well, if we're a John Hughes movie, who am I?
Emilio Estevez.
Boom.
Ooh.
You nailed it, dude. That's exactly who I am.
I don't know, man. I mean, you don't have a bad relationship with your dad, but your mom giving you cigarettes. You got some John Bender in your.
My mom did not give me cigarettes. She paid me.
You had to work for
to
them.
work at a restaurant.
Right.
The difference. I earned those smokes. Oh man!
Oh, you thought Wes got anything for free growing up?
Exactly. You get heaters from mom for no money.
He
Doc,
earned his Christmas presents.
Are you going with Spider-Man for the Thanksgiving movie? Or are you
Sure,
going
why the
Planes?
fuck not? No, I'll go with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's definitely the one.
It's the only one that's like truly a Thanksgiving movie, in my opinion.
No, if you watch Home for the Holidays, that's 100% a Thanksgiving movie.
Okay.
It's all around Thanksgiving, stuff like that. But it's a lesser film. Let's move on to Christmas. We got the big holiday coming up. Sully, How are you going to insult me and the intelligence of everybody with your terrible pick for a Christmas movie this time?
Batman Returns by Tim Burton. That
Not
is
a
a Christmas movie. Yes,
No.
indeed. 100%. So is Die Hard.
It is.
So is Lethal Weapon 1.
Weapon is not a.
Lethal Weapon is that's a Shane Black movie. It's
They're
by
all
Shane-
Christmas movies.
Those are
Long
all
Kiss,
Christmas
Long
movies.
Kiss Goodnight is a Christmas movie.
Predator,
Kiss, Bang, Bang.
In Predator, he changed it to Halloween because he needed to change things up a little bit. But like Iron Man 3, that's a Christmas movie. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
So
a
you
Shane
say
Black
Batman
movie.
Returns?
Yes. I like Batman Returns. I think that's a really underrated movie. I think
Come
it's
on,
better
it
than
ends with Bruce wishing wishing Alfred a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going with Home Alone because it's just Die Hard with a kid.
Exactly.
That's
Home
true.
Alone is a fantastic movie. When we got that one, because you could get it at McDonald's, if you bought a Big Mac, you could get it for $2. And my little brother watched it 100 times in about a week.
It is. In fact, actually, apparently, what was it? Macaulay Culkin's aunt is the mom from fucking
Die Hard. Yeah,
Die Hard.
Bonnie Bedelia, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
Oh,
that's
amazing.
and she basically said just redo Die Hard with kids, and you got yourself a block.
John Hughes wrote that in a weekend.
Yeah,
He, like,
because he
locked himself
literally
in.
just copied Die Hard. It's literally just copy paste.
Jose de Beast says Fellowship of the Ring is a Christmas movie.
Do they
I mean,
celebrate
that's-
Christmas on Middle Earth? I don't like.
That's an every season movie. Put that on.
I don't
me.
know. We used to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but we would do it on like New Year's Eve, not on Christmas.
In
Eve.
which case, then Star Wars is because it used to be on TV every single Christmas.
Yeah. So you said you were going with what? Home Alone?
Yeah.
Fantastic choice. So Dylan, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Muppet Christmas Carol. It's the best. You got
Beautiful.
Michael Caine playing it completely straight. You got all the Muppets doing things. It's heartfelt. It's funny. The songs are great. Perfect movie.
Maybe Michael Caine's best performance.
Possibly. He's incredible in that movie.
That one warms my heart.
Yeah, I love that one. All right, who we got? Aaron, did you name yours?
Well, I am of course the Christmas aficionado. So I celebrate many different types of movies during Christmas. Many of the ones that are
You can
named
only
here.
name one.
Muppet Christmas Carol is high on my list. I watch Scrooged every year.
Good movie.
I watch White Christmas, Irving Berlin's White Christmas, for my classic movie fix. Some Miracle on 34th Street. I used to watch Elf, but I don't like Elf anymore. I don't like Will Ferrell.
What's your number one, dude?
I'm gonna
one
go Muppet.
Christmas movie to rule them all.
I'm gonna go Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm gonna go with Christmas Vacation. I think that is very emblematic of a family Christmas getting together, and it's all screwed up. And I think Chevy Chase is amazing at that one, and of course, cousin Eddie
Eddie?
is wonderful.
Eddie? Surprise, Clark? If I woke up tomorrow, Eddie, with my head sewn to the carpet, I couldn't be more surprised.
Every December 1st, I get a text from my friend Tammy that's just cousin Eddie going, "Shitter's full."
I love the daughter when she's like, he's shitting bricks. She's like, are you sure you should say that? And he's like, shitting rocks.
Yeah.
Where's Eddie?
All right,
Doesn't he
Steph,
eat these
what's your
things?
number one, dude?
So if Die Hard counts, I like Die Hard just as a movie. So it would like fall above all Christmas movies. So if we can count it, Die Hard wins. But I like Christmas Vacation. I love A Christmas Story as well. I like Christmas and all the traditional stuff, but I also like the other Christmas movie, the ones that are slightly more cynical, because I feel like they represent what Christmas
Bad
is really
Santa?
like. I love Bad Santa. That's one of my favorites as well. It just, like
Krampus?
It's a Wonderful Life. Krampus is up there as well, and Violent Night, the one with David Harbour.
I still need to see.
What's
that.
the one with Michael Keaton as a snowman?
Jack Frost.
Ooh.
But there's two different versions. There's a family version, which is the one with Michael Keaton, and then there's a horror version where the snowman
Shannon
like
Elizabeth.
strangles a chick in the shower.
Yep, that's
And,
the girl from American Pie.
My buddy Tim and I used to rent the two of them at the same time and then swap them when we returned them.
Oh, you were that guy.
Yeah, we were up to some mischief.
If I was old enough to think of that, I would have done that as a kid too.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
By consensus, we're going with Muppet Christmas. There's 2 votes for that one to be number 1.
Oh, then I'll throw Christmas Vacation in to keep it tied.
Okay. Tiebreaker, Doc, are you going Muppet or Christmas Vacation? Uh-oh, Doc's out choking down a heater. Sully's the tiebreaker. Whoop.
Sorry, I would just had muted myself. No, I'm going with Christmas Vacation because that's back when Chevy Chase was still funny.
Mm-hmm.
Sully, what is your vote?
Batman Returns. Yeah.
No, Christmas Vacation or the Muppet Christmas.
Christmas Vacation. Yeah, because
Christmas Vacation for the win.
Oh my gosh, I went with my dad and saw the show when it came out, and I got myself a nosebleed literally from laughing so hard, and it was like, well, remember that metal plate I had in my microwave? I had in my head, Clark. Yeah, well, every time she fired up that microwave, I pissed myself, forget who I was for half an hour, and I laughed my ass off and guffawing like a goofy 14-year-old would, and my nose was bleeding because I was just laughing so hard. That was the delivery, the whole scene. It was perfect. That's a good movie.
I'll tell you the line.
Like, my hair part won't be the same every time he says that. That's always the line that gets me.
I'll tell you the line. I'll tell you the line that rang the truest for me, just coming from my family, was where Clark finally gets the lights on, and then he gets to his father-in-law, and he goes,
"Yep,
the little lights aren't twinkling."
Thanks for noticing, Art.
Yeah, it's like I know, Art, and thanks for noticing.
I love the Jell-O mold with the cat food in it. I love the blasting.
And then at the end, that's not the friggin' Christmas star. That's the light at the sewage treatment plant.
Jose to B says Fellowship leave Rivendell on December 25th.
That counts.
This is true. Yeah.
Boom. Another Christmas movie. Very good point there. Let's do favorite Halloween movies. What's your favorite Halloween? We'll go back to Jeff real quick. I know you got to love horror movies, dude.
I do. Halloween's my favorite. It's simple. It tells a great story. It doesn't need a lot of gore. And the music is perfect. So Halloween.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's got the piano keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Dill, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
It's Halloween. I don't think you can beat Halloween for a Halloween movie. That first one's so good. When he pins the dude against the wall, man. That's...
Does E.T. count as a Halloween movie? Because E.T. dresses up like a ghost?
Sure.
Boom.
And he also sees Yoda and
Let's go home.
Surprised by him.
All right, Doc, what's your favorite Halloween film?
I got to go with Halloween as well. I'm sorry.
Can any horror film technically be a Halloween film, though?
Theoretically, I mean,
yeah, but
I'd still put Halloween as my favorite horror movie.
Because I think 28 Days Later is my favorite horror film.
All I know is I just watched 28 years. Well, I got 20 minutes into 28 Years Later, and I had to turn it off because it's so fucking bad.
It looked bad from the trailer, dude. I wasn't gonna take a chance on that in theaters.
I didn't.
Dylan said it was great.
Not theaters.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. There you go. Dylan might be coming the Sully of movies.
Oh my goodness.
Sully, what's your favorite Halloween film?
3 more days till Halloween, Silver Shamrock. I love Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I saw that when I was a kid. It was like an endless rotation on cable TV one year.
Yep.
I watched it like 7 or 8 times, and we were like 10 years old. And because like the whole thing with the kids putting on the masks and then being turned, it was just really freaky. And that movie holds up. And I really like what John Carpenter says about it. He wanted to make Halloween more of an anthology kind of thing, like, bring it away from Michael Myers, but that just didn't go to plan. But I just like, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch is so underrated.
It absolutely is. I bought all the little NECA figures of the trick-or-treaters.
Do you have the Tom Atkins?
Tom Atkins?
They made the main guy, Dr. Dan Chalice. Trick or Treat Studios has molded him 3 times. They did Halloween 3, they did Night of the Creeps, and they did something else. And there's these
I didn't know this. I'm like,
they're expensive too. You missed them. They're not cheap. They're like in the $300 range.
Oh, you mean if they do like NECA, they'll bring them back around because that's like they produce them. Like NECA, you never like I always tell people like unless it's something like Prometheus that like is going to have one run because it sucked and they're never going to pay for that license again. Most of the licenses NECA keeps in perpetuity, so I'm sure Trick or Treat does the same thing. They've done House of 1,000 Corpses a bunch of times, so I'm hopeful they'll come back around because I didn't even know those existed.
Yeah, they're cool. And I think Tom Atkins was given a bunch of them because when you go to the shows to meet him, he has them there. So.
Is he like $300?
He's okay. No, what he'll do is because this happened to my buddy, he'll say, how much are these selling for? And let's say at that show they were selling for $90. Tom Atkins would then sell them for $90. So he basically goes in and does market pricing with them.
Oh, it's fair.
Yeah, he's cool.
All right. Spare, what's your favorite Halloween?
I'm gonna go with Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween.
Almost a clean sweep.
Watch
I guess the last one we can do is Independence Day. I don't think it has to be a movie that's specifically on 4th of July, but some patriotic Americanism to it. What's your favorite Independence Day film? Is it Independence Day?
For me, I'm torn between Independence Day and Live Free or Die Hard. I love Live Free or Die Hard. I don't know why.
How is that a 4th of July film?
Because it happens at 4th of July.
I've never seen it.
It's the one with Justin Long.
Yeah, it looked terrible.
And it was actually Timothy Elephant's the bad guy.
I only like Die Hard and Die Hard with a Vengeance.
This is better than Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Like
I don't like Die Hard 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like you won't get a movie as low as Die Hard 2. I go 1, 3, 4, 2, 5.
Yeah,
I think 4 is like solid. Like the R-rated or the unrated cut.
Yeah, it's a solid movie.
Okay, we got. You went with Live Free or Die Hard?
I'm going to go with Live Free or Die Hard rather than Independence Day because Independence Day is just it's a little.
I know where Dylan's going on this one, dude. You're going with The Patriot, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going with another Roland Emmerich film, not Independence Day, but Mel Gibson, The Patriot. Great to watch that on 4th of July. Perfect.
I agree with Dylan. That's mine.
Well, we got 2 Independent Days. We got, 2 Patriots, and we got 1 Live Free or Die Hard. Sully, where are you going with this one, dude?
I'll throw in with Independence Day because I went opening night. It opened in secret a day before. It was supposed to open on July 3rd, but then it opened on July 2nd, like under everyone's radar. And I went. It was a packed house, and it was one of the most enthusiastic like movies I've ever gone to. This and like Avengers Endgame are like the two that come to mind where it just electrified the entire audience.
Sounds like someone didn't see Titanic opening weekend.
No, it was sold out and we couldn't get it.
No, because Sully's straight.
Titanic's a great movie. What are you talking about, Steve?
Great. And,
allegedly.
But no, I mean, it was a thrill. It's not the best. It's not the best movie ever, but it's fun. And it was that experience being there on opening night with that enthusiastic crowd. And it was really great. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, where are you going on this one, Dave?
I'm going to go Independence Day because like I have to make that a priority every 4th of July. This year, I went to 2 parties and a dinner and something else, and I got home almost at midnight, but I made sure I popped on Independence Day because I saw it in theaters as a kid. I loved it. It's like, it's not Will Smith's best movie, but it's up there, and I don't know, it hits that speech. The effects are still pretty decent. I don't know, man. It's like,
do you remember the other big box office movie that was out at the time? The other big action movie?
A 1996? Or no, yeah, 96. It would have been The Rock.
The Rock was the other one, and that's the better film, dude.
I will not give
The
that
Rock
order.
The Rock is a better movie.
It's way better. It's so good.
But I wouldn't even say that's Nicolas Cage's best film, man. Like, there are a couple other ones I like over The Rock, but Rock is a
What do you
great
think
movie.
is better than The Rock from Nicolas Cage?
Raising Arizona
I'm sorry,
is great.
Kick-Ass?
Moonstruck.
Raising Arizona is amazing.
Raising Arizona is amazing.
I like his
am
weirder
partial
stuff,
to
though.
National
I can't
Treasure
go
as
with you on Face Off. Face Off is a guilty dumb
Face Off is
pleasure.
a good film, dude.
I
That's
love that
great.
movie.
It's not
Take
The
his
Rock.
face off. Dude, Con Air is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie, if I'm going to be
No,
completely
Con Air,
honest.
yeah,
That
Con
movie's
Air is
horrible.
great.
I love
No,
it.
my favorite Nick Cage movie is absolutely Willy's Wonderland. The man does not say a word for the entire 110 10 minutes or 100 minutes of this movie, not a single word, and he's the main character.
I need to watch this.
Oh, it is exceptional. It's Five Nights at Freddy's, but better. It's better than Five Nights at Freddy's.
I didn't realize he didn't speak in that one. I watched that.
He doesn't even have a name. He's just the janitor.
So my favorite Independence Day film is actually The Sandlot. I love that coming of age baseball movie, and there is a great scene on 4th of July where they get to play their night game. So we've got a tie between The Patriot and Independence Day. Sully, which one are you leaning on? What's your tiebreaker on that one?
I didn't like The Patriot when I saw it. I thought it was bleak and hopeless. Like it was. I like Braveheart a lot better.
He stabs the British officer with the American flag in the end. How is that hopeless and bleak?
No, it was like when they burned everyone in the building. Spoilers. Poor Heath Ledger. I mean,
the aliens incinerate everyone in Independence Day of the inciting incident. That spaceship comes down, like, oh,
and the dad kills himself.
They kill everyone.
And the Patriot finishes with the fucking French doing the only thing the French have ever done effectively is help the Americans.
That's not true, Doc. They retreat very well.
Well, yeah, they do. They retreat. They surrender incredibly well, and they drag us into wars very well. Fuck you after Vietnam, by the way.
Let's just give credit where it's due. Every American owes a debt of honor to General Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But the chat's got it right once again. Jaws is the 4th of July movie. We didn't mention. That's right. That's true.
Oh, Jaws is great.
Yeah. You say Barracuda, people are like, huh? What? But you say
I can't believe Independence Day won the Independence Day vote.
We got a full-blown panic on the 4th of July.
Kalichi Oki says, is Spider-Man really a Thanksgiving movie? I feel that only in recent years people started considering that. Never heard that a decade ago. I'm with you, dude. It's these guys like fucking Jeff here below me that want to consider anything to be a fucking
movie. There's literally a Thanksgiving scene in it. And also, when I was a kid, it would play on like Fox every Thanksgiving when I was a kid. They'd play the first Spider-Man because
you had Spider-Man swinging through the Macy's Day Parade.
They've completely changed the parameters of what
I can somewhat agree with you, Wes, on some movies, but not with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always been a Thanksgiving movie. Like this
also, because Die Hard is a Christmas movie, all of a sudden Lethal Weapon has to be a Christmas movie.
That's what's going on. That's
Wes,
the one.
What's more Thanksgiving than Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Who's in the first Spider-Man movie? Macy Gray. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Guys, it's not the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's the Oscorp Unity Fair.
Thank you.
It takes place at a different time of year.
But I'm saying, what is the most Thanksgiving thing that happens every year? And by the way, the only good thing that happened this year at the Thanksgiving Day Parade, I just happened to turn it on. I'm like, let's see what's going on with this trash fire.
K-pop Demon Hunters, dude.
K-pop Demon Hunters. And I watched that. Valiant Renegade had a great tweet. Like that picked up, like that increased the viewership by like 20%. And Valiant Renegade had said that the Super Bowl messed up by not having Hunter X as the halftime show.
C. Manning has a great point, Dylan. When I was a kid, you mean 6 months ago?
Oh, come on, Dylan's a man. Listen, if you had seen Dylan in Dallas rocking the guns, you would not be talking that way.
Yes, he's been on the testosterone replacement therapy or something. He's been bulking up.
Am I so old I need TRT, or am I so young as a kid 6 months ago? You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, you are simultaneously 12 and 47.
You're getting older, but you also have the Benjamin Button disease, and they're meeting somewhere in the middle.
But I'm with you, Kalichi, man. Everybody just keeps opening up the parameters of what makes a holiday film. It gets confusing now.
Well, in fairness, it wasn't until the Die Hard got accepted as
it's a Christmas movie because he's trying to save his family for Christmas.
My point is because up until that point, everybody basically said, "Oh wait, if it's an action movie, it's not a Christmas movie." That was just like the general. We just kind of immediately
the Arnold Schwarzenegger action figure movie.
Well, yeah, because that's not really even an action movie either.
Yeah.
So it's a family movie.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
It's turbo time.
Yeah.
No, the reason I would always say Die Hard is definitively a Christmas movie, you can't have the plot of the film without Christmas.
Exactly.
It's Christmas themed to go to Christmas for a Christmas party. It's the theme of family, redemption. Christmas music is in the entire score. It's irrelevant that it was released in July. Like,
well, I mean, if it's your company picnic or the company, annual,
Why
You
would
can
John
still
McClane
have-
be like, man, they're having the company picnic and the family's not together? I need to go fight for this. And you're like, okay, enjoy your time at Nakatomi Plaza.
I went there once. It was underwhelming.
Oh, yeah?
I wasn't joking. I've been to the where they filmed the movie. I went there. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Die Hard building. Sweet. I went, and it was underwhelming.
But Spider-Man's a Thanksgiving movie, I guess, now. It's the Gen Z ruined holiday movies again.
At least it's not a bad movie.
Everyone can
Spider-Man's
have their
good
own
though.
holiday
It's-
headcanon, Wes.
It's literally a Thanksgiving movie. You have Norman Osborn eating Thanksgiving there, getting slapped by Aunt May, sticking his
Great
fingers
moment.
in the dishes. That's Thanksgiving.
He almost murdered Aunt May on the spot.
Yep.
Yeah, me
Man.
too. We've all been there.
Dude, so what's the better Spider-Man movie? Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2.
2.
It's not even in fair competition. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1's very good, but Spider-Man 2's next level good. Great.
Yeah.
I'll
I heard
argue
some
that.
people recently trashing on it. It's like a new thing where they crap
They're
on
wrong.
Doc Ock because he's not comic book accurate. 'Cause
Sully
he's
doesn't
like
like.
I
very
haven't-
romantic.
I think
I
it's
haven't-
Sully who hates Spider-Man 2.
I haven't seen anyone crap on it. The only criticism I've seen, which is fair, is like the first punch landed on Doc Ock, he should be unconscious and it should be his arms carrying him. Because like Spider-Man beats the shit out of him. He's just like a normal 60-year-old teacher.
But remember, Spider-Man always pulls his punches. He even says it himself in all the books. He's like, I pull my punches so I don't kill somebody.
And then the one, because when Doc Ock ends up in Peter's body, he doesn't pull his punch, and he literally fucking pink mist some dude,
Yes.
and he's like, holy,
Their soul left
Yeah.
their body immediately.
yeah, like
That-
holy shit.
I think you're right. It was Sully that was crapping on Spider-Man 2 for no reason.
Sounds about right.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
Defend yourself, Sully. Why don't you like Spider-Man 2?
Oh, me? Oh, because he should be quipping while he's thwipping. I mean, he's supposed to be making fun
I
of
thought
Doc
you were
Ock.
crapping on Doc Ock because
He
he's
does.
romantic.
Some great scenes
and
in
loves
it.
his
I
wife.
mean,
In the bank, he makes fun of him right here. Like, that's the one thing everybody thinks that Spider-Man is supposed to be like Deadpool, where you
Mhm.
get quips out of context. Spider-Man is like the original quippy superhero to the point
Right.
where it's like, but it's always in context of the story. You don't just have Spider-Man randomly spout out Ghostbusters lines in the middle of like somebody dying in his arms. I think that's what people with Spider-Man movies want. They're like, I want him jumping around making lines or jokes every 5 seconds. It's like, he makes them in the first one about Macho Man's costume. Did your husband buy you that outfit?
Yeah.
That's a good burn.
It's a
In the
good
second one, I know it's not the world's greatest quip, but he's in the middle of trying to save his aunt. He goes, keep the change, as he throws the money at him, and he has like a bunch of flippant remarks. I just think like, and if in the third one, he talks about, I'm the sheriff in this town, and then gets beat up instantly. I think it's like, you got to know Spider-Man as the whole character. If you're like watching those movies as, well, let's get the most distilled version, the jokes aren't really what define the character out beyond like the responsibility and the sadness. Really, Spider-Man's kind of a sad, bummed out character. So I think he needs a quip or two, but not every 5 seconds.
No, I think you're right. They needed to do. Okay, this was the thing with like the Toby. He didn't talk much at all in the costume. He really wasn't. He wasn't even telling like the bad jokes. That's what I think they needed more of. That nervous chatter that Spider-Man does. He didn't really get.
Right. I mean, because a lot of Spider-Man's like, then that's nervous energy, and that's comes from
him.
Well, that's part of the reason. Part of the reason that his villains hate him so much is because not only does he beat your ass, but he roasts you while he's doing it. Spider-Man is like a roast master. He gets under the villain's skin, and it makes him make mistakes. And there needed to be more of that. The difference between Spider-Man and Deadpool is Spider-Man actually has like kind of surgical quips that get under the skin, and Deadpool just says a bunch of unfunny shit like he's in Ghostbusters 2016, just throwing everything at the wall, hoping something will stick.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Jose B says John Isaacs as Colonel Tavington was ruthless in The Patriot.
Yeah, Malfoy's
Right.
dad was kind of an asshole.
He's really good in Black Hawk Down as well as the captain.
Everyone's pretty good. in
I
Black Hawk
don't
Down.
know why he
Yeah.
didn't.
Black
just,
Hawk Down is an amazing film, by the way.
I
Yes.
feel like he should have cast the Expecto Patronum on Mel Gibson.
God,
to
Harry
win.
Potter jokes. My goodness. But The Patriot is underrated, Dylan. People don't even consider it a great war movie for some reason.
It's a great movie, man. That scene where he's got his kids giving him cover and fire in the woods. Oh, what a great way to set the tone for that movie.
And you got Heath Ledger making out with his girl that he'd given like ink in her thing, and next thing you know, when he smiles, his teeth are all blue.
Yeah,
Very, very nice looking movie too. The cinematography, it's very, very pleasant movie to look at.
And a good director. All right, fellas, I think that'll basically start wrapping up the show. This is actually a pretty fun experience. Although Sully has just some terrible taste in movies. Comics, movies, whatever it is.
I agree. He agreed with you guys on vacation, on Christmas Vacation over Muppet.
That was a
Christmas
smart
Carol.
move.
Oh, wow.
That was solely just completely wrong.
Is this
Little
a redemption
decency
arc
right
for me
there.
still? Oh boy.
So
There's
Hicks,
one for me
are you going to
already.
recommend any new comic books this week? And so we certainly want to hear a little bit more about Stealing Solo 2, The Power of the Force.
So, folks, that'll be the book I recommend because it's so new that it's not even in print yet. That's why you should check out the Kickstarter right now because we're past the funding goal. Everybody's going to get their book. It's not a risk anymore. It's, hey, we got it coming. But be on the lookout for that book because I'm a creator that doesn't like a lot of modern comic books for multiple reasons, and I want to tell complete stories. So that's kind of been my ethos with all my graphic novels. So if you're looking for a story that's a complete tale, that will leave you ready for the third book, but give you a complete story. Stealing Solo is the perfect book for you. It's funny, it's got action, and it's about a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans who had kidnapped Harrison Ford, but now are kidnapped by Mark Hamill. So if you're looking for a story that's a cathartic story, something that will not only just like maybe validate your opinions on Star Wars, but in general for entertainment being so bad, well, definitely read Stealing Solo 2, The Power of the Farce. It has a lot to say beyond Star Wars, more than you'd imagine in a book of that magnitude.
And if it gets up to 100,000, it will be the first appearance of Buffalo Jeff meeting Mark Hamill.
Oh, I'll draw you guys. If you can help it get to that number by the end of I can't even talk. I'm so excited. The end of the campaign, December 11th, I'll give you a Buffalo Jeff the comic in there for free as a bonus tier. I'm not joking. We'll get it colored. It'll look great. You'll be like, wow, this is the most depraved. Actually, I have an idea for a story already. So there you go, folks. Don't buy just one copy of Stealing Solo. Buy 10 copies. Buy 20 copies. Hell, I'll even cut you a deal on shipping if you're going to buy that many copies. If you want to put it in your store, go ahead. Help us cross that goal because I will do a ton of things. And if we hit that goal, everybody will get a foil variant as well. So there you go. Buffalo Jeff and foil variants. A match made in heaven.
Koichi Oki says, I'm hearing more that Jokers now are trying to will Spider-Man 2 into being better than The Dark Knight, which it is not. I get it. I get the criticisms.
Two different tones. Two different types.
Years ago on Metacritic, they were tied exactly. And then at one point, they went up where Spider-Man was 1 point ahead of The Dark Knight. But yeah, I'm with you, Aaron. They're completely different tones.
Also, Spider-Man 2 is a complete movie. Dark Knight is a movie with a tacked on fourth act.
The Dark Knight technically has two endings, so you get two full stories. So it means it's better.
Well, it's because they weren't.
Can't argue that.
They tied them into the same movie because there wasn't gonna be another movie.
And then he says the Dark Knight show mainstream that comic book movies can be taken really seriously and is really thought-provoking. So many analysis on YouTube of that film. Well, I think really Blade and X2 had already shown that you can do serious superhero movies before then. But I just think on totality, as a production and execution of a film and performances and what was done, I think all right, don't do that. I think The Dark Knight overshadows Spider-Man 2 in my book. What do you think, Sparrow?
I watched The Dark Knight more, so I'm going to say that probably edges out Spider-Man 2 for me. Boom. But I really do like both.
I think Dark Knight did more damage than good. because everything wanted to copy the dark, gritty reboot trend. And I like Dark Knight. That's not a dig on the
What, are
film
we going to
itself.
retroactively say Watchmen sucks because everyone tried to ape Alan Moore and ruined his flow?
You could argue that. And you could argue
Well, I
that
could
in
say
the
it's
film.
destructive to comic books, but the Watchmen is the Watchmen.
Oh, I agree with that. But I'm just saying, I think that the damage done from the Dark Knight.
That's why we got the
outweighs-
Man of Steel.
That's why we got Man of Steel. That's why we got the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Come on now, that thing. Ooh, that's terrible.
All right, Doc, you are a Marvel zombie. You going to go Spider-Man 2 over to Dark Knight?
I am, just because it is, as a movie, it is more competently made. Unfortunately, I think that Dark Knight.
I love Sam Raimi, but he's no Christopher Nolan.
I still think structurally it is a better movie. The problem with the Dark Knight is Heath Ledger dying and them not being able to do what they were planning to do for the third movie with the Joker and Two-Face. So they had to finish that story in a tacked on fourth act. So that's the reason why I have a problem with the Dark Knight. That's why I think, and it has nothing to do with any of the director's prowess. It was just conditions that you ended up with a better movie in Spider-Man 2 because of they had to finish that story in one movie instead of over two that they were planning to do for Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, there you go, Cleach. We got a couple of these Jokers right here. What do you say, Sully? What's the better film?
Oh, I'm going to say Dark Knight because of what Doc says, but I had a different spin on it because Dark Knight is the centerpiece of a 3-act story. So it, as a movie goes, it does have 2 acts, kind of like 4 acts in a way. It's like Act 1 is split in 2, Act 2 is split in 2, and it's a hinge that really it's in between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. And I just think it's the superior movie as well. And it's supposed to chronicle this finite existence of a real world Batman. There is no never ending battle of good and evil. It's like a sports career. It's got a beginning and it has an end and it has a legacy because he passes the mantle on, and there will be another Batman or someone else will suit up after Tom Brady in a way. The team will go on
and be immediate
in the Dark Knight.
Oh, because Joseph Gordon-Levitt finds the Batcave,
and his name is Robin.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot about that.
Oh, and by the way, he would have been killed 20 minutes into his first foray as Batman.
You think
so?
Yeah, absolutely.
We haven't heard from Dylan yet. What do you say? Is it Dark Knight Rises or Spider-Man 2?
Well, Spider-Man 2 is better than Dark Knight Rises, but I like
You're
Dark
crazy.
Knight.
I'm sorry, Dark Knight. That's what I meant.
Sully
started bringing up other movies. Sorry.
I like Dark Knight better than Spider-Man 2, but I have them on the same tier, but I like Dark Knight better than Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 2 is
the best superhero movies ever made.
It's a great movie. But my hot take is I like Alfred Molina's Doc Ock better than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Ooh,
it's a good take, though.
That is a hot take,
I can
dude.
go with
it's
that.
Scorching. Because
I'm tired
Alfred
of the
Molina's
people-
Doc Ock is amazing.
So good.
I think people trying to impersonate the Joker. That's what I mean about the Dark Knight's damage, where it's like everybody wants to do Why So Serious, and every Joker performance is a rip off of that one. It's like I said, it's a 10 out of 10 movie, and I love it, but it ruined Batman lore in popular culture because everybody thinks that's Batman, and everything is a derivative of that. We don't get anything else. It's even the Batman feels like a very much adjacent to Christopher Nolan stuff.
I'm tired.
The Batman is just them trying to make it darker than Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm tired of a grounded Batman. I want a Batman that's fighting Killer Croc in the sewer. I want a Batman that's fighting Clayface, and not whatever James Gunn has planned because I don't think it's going to be good. I want the comic book Batman on screen just for once in my life besides the Mask of the Phantasm. Can I just get that on the big screen?
You got that with Batman Forever.
No, I didn't. I got the 60s Batman show on the big screen.
Yeah.
Batman Forever.
Great
That's
film.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Batman and Robin and
any of the Schumacher Batman.
Yeah. There you go. You got us fighting here, Kalichioki, but I agree with you, man. Dark Knight's not way better. It's better than Spider-Man 2, but those are two of the better superhero films ever made.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you recommending any books this week?
Me, I got 6 books that I picked up at my local comic book shop this
Oh,
week
God.
on Wednesday. Oh my goodness.
6 books, guys. I'm gonna be
Just
here the
6
rest
books?
of the day.
Oh my goodness. I got a double dose of Jimmy Palmiotti. I got both of his Punisher books. My LCS slipped this in with my poll thinking I'd be interested, and I was. I gave it a chance. And Daredevil Punisher was okay. It's just basically retelling story beats from a Garth Ennis book. But it's okay. I mean, the Dan Panosian art in the Marvel Knights Punisher, though, amazing, and it completely elevates the story. I got a double dose of Jeremy Adams. I got Green Lantern 29 and Flash Gordon 13, both very good books, continuing their ongoing story. Joshua Williamson's DCKO tie-in. I get my fill of one of my favorite characters, Superboy Prime, is front and center here. And my pick of the week is the Infernal Hulk #1. I love this Nick Klein art. I love Philip Kennedy Johnson's stories for the most part. I'm in, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. But, I mean, don't sleep on Infernal Hulk. The art in this is amazing. It is the loudest comic book you're going to read, perhaps all year. And thank you,
Very
everyone
nice.
out there in the chat.
Sparrow, you recommend anything, dude?
Yeah, I just got Chad Larson just sent me Death Shroud #1.
Beautiful.
So I got these 2 covers from him. Beautiful V. Ken Marion art. This thing is like, I did not realize how much book this was going to be. This thing
It's like 150 pages, isn't it?
This thing gives great hand. Like, you pick this up and it's substantial. So that is my recommendation this week.
That's got to go on the next edition. Just this thing gives great hand, Aaron.
That's what
Sparrow.
That's what we used to say at Boom. That was like a very kind of inside baseball term, was that, when you picked up a book off the shelf and it felt like you were really getting something, that was, the book is given good hand.
Very nice. There's definitely a lot of innuendo in there, Sparrow.
Well, I mean, hey, everybody reads into, that's what we learned on the show today. Everybody reads their own thing into it.
Yep.
Very nice. Dylan, do you recommend any books?
I've got a lot. If you thought Sully was recommending a bunch, this was a great week. We got Boba Fett, Black, White, and Red, which was just a good action revenge comic. Undead Iron Fist continues to be great. I'm really enjoying that. Infernal Hulk, of course, was great. Punisher, I also enjoyed. I'm not going to recommend the Daredevil Punisher one. I thought it was okay, not too good. But Marvel Knights Punisher is pretty good. Absolute Batman 14 was absolutely insane. This wraps up the Bane arc. Crazy, balls to the wall, nuts. But I had fun with it. Superman, we got the KO tie-in explaining some things for KO. DC KO #2 was great. This was much better than the first issue. It gets straight to the action, and we get some really cool Superman Lex work. Green Lantern, we get Hal and Ollie teaming up. This is a really good issue, really fun issue. Green Arrow, the current arc ties up, and it's really good. Sadly, the book ends in like another issue, but this tied up the current arc. We got Skinbreaker, new issue of Skinbreaker came out.
Beautiful.
David Finch on interiors, it's so good. Escape, I love Escape from Rick Remender and Daniel Acuna. This is the World War II book with anthropomorphic animals, and it's really good. Geiger came back after a hiatus. Sadly, Gary Frank only does like 3 pages in this, but still really good. And then we got a Venditti thriller book, Survive, which continues to be a good read. So a lot of really good comics came out this week.
Who's the artist on the Venditti book? Is it Giorello or somebody?
No, it's Braithwaite.
Okay. Yeah, they've worked a lot in the past too.
Yeah.
Very, very good. You got any videos or anything people should be looking out for, dude?
Yeah, I did a big video going all over DCKO #2. So
You went all over it?
yeah, I talked all about it, everything that happens, and went in detail and like some connections and stuff. So check that out.
That is a very good book. I agree with you, dude. Best book of the week.
Yeah.
All right, Doc, you got any books you want to recommend?
Well, I'm going to say that you should check out our review of Infernal Hulk #1. It's kind of a very double-edged sword review for me. While it was a very, very good book, it is nothing that I want in a Hulk book. So, it's executed great on a premise that I think is fucking stupid. So go for it. But then, all right. So we're gonna start with something I found when I was going through box of old crap the other day. The G.I. Joe collector case.
Wow.
This thing, you could put 24 G.I. Joe action figures in this thing. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's empty, but I found this the other day and I was like, oh, I loved this thing when I was a kid. So there you go. The old school G.I. Joe collector case. And then we'll go with some comics here.
Nice.
We were talking about this earlier. I didn't feel like grabbing down the Legends 2-pack of them with Logan as Patch and Joe Fixit Hulk, but it is a very classic cover. Then Stephen Platt Moon Knight. This is the last issue of that run of Moon Knight, of the Mark Spector Moon Knight run.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to find this book in good condition because of that black cover. And but yeah, I love the Stephen Platt issues. And then finally, since I already showed Uncanny 50 earlier, here is Uncanny 49, also Steranka. And this is the first appearance of Polaris. 50 as the first of the new logo. This is still the original logo. So, and Steranko did the design for the new logo too, by the way. The classic one, the one that everybody knows, the one from the fucking cartoon.
Could you argue that's the greatest logo upgrade on a comic book cover? Because 100%, his first logo is still used.
Yeah, it's still used. It's barely been altered from issue 1. I mean, they've made a couple of alterations, but they always go back to the original. So Amazing Spider-Man is Action Comics, still basically the same. I'd say that the X-Men logo upgrade, just perfect. It never, I mean, and they'll go back to this one periodically for nostalgia, but it's just nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even ring really all that nostalgic, considering that it's mostly a kind of mediocre to poor run. But so X-Men 49, first Polaris, last of the original logo before X-Men 50. So those are my recommendations for this week.
All right, Sparrow, I'm going to need you for 1 second before we get out of here. According to Super Mastermind, only 100 USS flagships were ever made. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but if that is
Doesn't
true,
mean you
I
own 3 of them.
I own 3 of them.
And you altered one by naming it
no,
to
it's got to be.
Cobra.
It's got to be more than that because
Right?
I was talking to Dan Larson from Secret Galaxy at Legion's Con, and we were talking about his days when he was like a toy dealer and things, and he goes, he said, like, I got to a point where I just got out of it. He goes, because at one point there was one shop in one state in the Midwest that had amassed like 17 flags. And he goes, and because they had done that, I was like, well, I don't have to do this now. Someone has done it. So, yeah. I mean, it seems that 100 seems low. I would say that the number is low, but I don't think there was only 100 produced.
No, there's got to be more than that.
It wouldn't make sense because to do that much tooling to only sell that many at $100 a piece.
But I imagine there aren't like a ton of them because it was so expensive.
No,
there wasn't.
But you painted one of your USS flags to be a Cobra ship, right?
Yeah, I got one that wasn't in like perfect condition. It was a little bit beat up, little just looked a little scuffed. So I modified it and made it a very clean Cobra aircraft carrier.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, you could go online right now and probably find 10 in the next 10 minutes on eBay.
Yeah, but they're going to be.
I just want to make sure because
there's no way that
sounded kind of strange, but Sparrow's the toy aficionado.
I mean,
yeah, it's hard to find one complete. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, my point is that you're never going to find 10% of the whole allotment of things at any given time for sale, especially something that's 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I think that'll do it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and enjoy the football, enjoy the family. And it's back to work on Monday.
Get out.
No good.